Howdy. Welcome back. Welcome. It's Monday, January something, and
It's
normal
January
episode.
6th.
I know. I was just waiting for somebody
Happy
to.
January 6th.
It is. And we have a new president confirmed. So they can't, no takesy backsies now.
No,
Nope.
takes
I was taking screenshots of everybody's reactions while it was happening. It was really good.
Oh my God. I watched
couldn't
Woody
believe-
Johnson's feed and it was hilarious because he was
I
just
was pleased. I was laughing at what's her name who couldn't even do the Pledge of Allegiance right yesterday.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're fit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But welcome. I'm Liz, and with us is my friend Therese in her adorable hat with a pom-pom.
I knew
And we're joined by pro-life knitter Amy, who's also from Two Sisters and Some Yarn,
Tom.
who's also in a pom-pom adorable hat, and our friend Carol Brown, the author extraordinaire, who's been, she is, and she's been busy, so she hasn't been able to make it, so we're happy to see her back here. And we don't know if anybody else is popping in, so we'll just wait and see. So there you go. So what's everybody been up to?
Trudeau is on his way out. Yay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but not till March. She can do damage before then.
Yeah, but well, yeah. But
Yeah, we know
You
that.
know, like our idiot who
there's a light
just banned offshore drilling.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure Trump will overturn that crap.
Well, he has to get Congress to do it because the way Biden did it, the act says that a future president can't change the actions of a past president.
What? I missed
Yeah,
that.
it's the way the act is set up. It's the way the act is set up that if another president just can't come in and change it, they have to go through Congress.
Well,
Well,
I'm sure
that'll
the
pass through
Texas
Congress.
lobby and the,
Hello, chat.
Hello,
Hey,
chat.
hey, Joe Bob.
Hey, Joe Bob. Look Joe. Look at me wearing my shawl.
Joe.
Look, Joe.
She is.
Are you
And
making
if anybody needs any
It's an old shawl.
notions like tape measures or yarn gauges, check in with Joe. She has an abundance of both.
She might be
And now
doing
it's too hot for all this. So sorry, Therese.
Amy's stripping.
I
I'm
might need.
stripping.
I did. I told my friend it's not that kind of stream.
Wait, what, Carol?
Amy,
Oh, well, she said that you were stripping, and I said I told my friend it's not that kind of stream. Now I'm a liar.
It
Well-
actually is though, but
oh, Joe's there with Swamp Ass Amy. Just
You're welcome.
so you should know.
You're welcome. Ta-da.
Yeah. Happy Erection Day. Okay.
I forgot about that.
oh, your channel.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So welcome everybody. We had a fun episode on Friday Mayhem.
we did.
I know.
Joe-
I still got to catch up. I started to watch y'all, but then I got sidetracked and
Tara was with us,
Audio was-
and
Mhm.
and Joe went through all her project bags and notion pouches
Lord.
and organized things and her mobile office, and
It
Oh
was,
gosh, I gotta catch up on that then.
Yeah.
she may have started knitting some pajama pants, but then changed her mind because bumpy mohair,
Ugh,
evidently.
gross.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have a.
It's
I have a
cold
fun
enough for me to
holiday.
wear my obnoxiously wrong gauge flax sweater that
But
I
you look
know.
in a-
that I got a gauge on, and it still
You need to go felt that sucker. Make
it's
it smaller.
acrylic.
Oh,
Mm.
that's right.
I thought
Oh
about
my God,
attaching.
Trees, look. Joe went home and cast on to finish a baby hat with cables. Isn't it a good thing she put a cable needle in her notion pouch because she almost didn't.
You hate cables. What are you talking about? Mm-mm.
So for the noob that I am, that's like, this is the cable, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, no, cable needle is what you do is when you
Yes,
switch
but
the
no.
order of this. Yeah, you switch the order of stitches on your needle or your hook so that they cross in interesting patterns. Is a cable like
Are the fisherman sweaters that have all the patterning on them?
Oh yes, that
What
is.
does
Okay.
it
That's
It looks like a
cables.
braid.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
like a braid.
you use a cable needle to hold pull stitches off and hold them to the front or the back and knit behind them or in front of them to make them cross.
That sounds
So-
fancy as fuck. I don't know.
It's
If I
You don't
can
need
do
it.
that.
And
You,
it's
you can
fine.
do it. You can do it in crochet a lot easier because you don't have to really put them on a cable needle. It's just the order in which you knit them.
Right.
So all I heard is that crochet is superior.
Yes,
Sure.
it is.
In this instance, yes, definitely.
It is superior.
And you being a hooker would pay off.
Yes.
Now,
I have a fun story for you guys if you want to hear it.
I have a
Oh.
question for Carol, real quick.
Oh, I love questions. I hope my answer matches.
Wait, where'd it go?
It's over there. Was that the question?
Oh, wait, I found it. I think I found it. Okay. Have you
She wrote it
crocheted-
down.
Have you
Oh.
crocheted anything scrappy yet?
Ooh.
No. Is that like when you're just using all of your yarn
Mhm.
bits?
Yes.
Oh,
All your
okay,
bits
so-
and bobs.
So technically a lie. I haven't done it like that, but what I've been doing is I've been doing like little Tunisian crochet leaves for my wall over here.
Oh, cool.
So it's
Very
because
cool.
because it doesn't take as much yarn, and some of the scraps I
Yeah.
have are like not very much. So
Yes.
Tunisian.
Tunisian.
Amy,
Shoe.
speaking of crochet, Amy, do you have that other project you finished that you were modeling?
No, he came and picked it up.
Oh, okay. Amy made a Cthulhu hat.
Yes.
I have a Cthulhu doll that somebody gifted me. They made it. Hold on. I'm distracted.
Lori's
I haven't-
knitting the flax fingering weight.
Oh.
It's a good pattern.
It is a good
Yeah,
pattern.
it's a good pattern. It's
But I
just-
tried gauge and I got gauge and it's still live. So just saying.
Well, Gage is a lie.
Put my ears
yes,
back in.
it is.
It's Ann Pinkava.
Oh, it's Ann.
Hello, Ann
Good
Pinkava.
night, everyone.
Oh, today's the
Welcome.
day I steal you away. See, there's the.
So, aw,
Aw.
adorable.
They were like, "You seem to like Cthulhu. Would you like a doll?" And I was like, "I'll take 10." It's like, I'm only making one. I was like, "Okay, that's fine too."
Yeah, my friend requested. He actually requested the Davy Jones hat, like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
and he accepted the Cthulhu.
Well, yeah, you got
Jones,
accepted.
not a
You can
Cthulhu
get.
with a hat.
You got to accept what you can get when you make a request like that, because somebody's got to make it. So
Mm-hmm. All right, I want to tell my funny story because it is actually funny.
Oh yeah, we
Alright.
have.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I had made like that. I called it my storm shawl, right? So it was made with like the grays and the whites. And it was kind of
Mhm.
slowly going to white and stuff like that. Well, I finished it, and I was very proud, and I was very haughty-taughty about my shawl, and I brought it with me when I went to my family Christmas party, and my Nana showed up. And Nana was like, "Oh, I love your shawl. Your shawl is so nice." And I was like, "Thanks, Nana." And she kept touching it, right? in that way that Nanas do. And I was like, "Nana, would you like my shawl?" And she said, "Oh, I could not take your shawl. You put so much time and effort into this. It just looks beautiful." And I was like, "Well, you want to try it on?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I would love to try it on." So I put it on her, and I was like, "You touched it last. It's yours."
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then like on the way out the door, she was kind of like, "I just want you to let you know, I am taking this shawl." It's like, "It's yours. It's okay. I can make another one."
that's just oh darn, I don't have that shawl anymore. I need to make one for me.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh
There you
man,
go.
I got
What a
no more
hardship.
yarn. Terrible. Oh man.
Nana's an enabler.
Yeah. I called it Nana privilege, and she was quite titillated by that.
That's
I don't
cool.
mind Nana privilege.
I'll
That's
be
the
right
best
back.
kind
I
of
gotta do
privilege.
dinner stuff, and I'm gonna mute myself so I don't make noise.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that was my funny story. I just wanted to share it because I thought it was cute. as fuck.
Are you making a hat or a shawl right now?
I'm actually making a scarf for one of my friends
Ooh.
who is coming in town this weekend. And
Let me
she
make
was,
you big.
Oh, you're gonna make me big? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
Ooh.
a little
Look at
hard.
that.
Yeah, so it's done with the moss stitch, and it's a scarf because she's from a colder part of the continent. And she was feeling kind of sad, and I was like, "Well, I'll make you a scarf, and I'll think happy thoughts for you." And I don't know if that works, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Sure.
I'm thinking happy thoughts.
It's a thing.
Well, yeah. You.
But then again, I've
um,
knit many a things with hate and angst in my
I
heart.
know.
Maybe
Well,
not
yeah.
okay.
Well,
So
you're manifesting them into the project.
Right.
Yeah, so like
so
every stitch.
if you knit something with love, then it's a warm hug.
And your
Yeah, yeah.
hair, because that happens.
And if you knit something with spite, you end up with Tabitha's spite shawl.
which is a beautiful shawl too.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
so,
one
like-
of her favorites.
There's
so it's kind of fun.
Light is appropriate, so
Yeah,
Excuse
every
me,
stitch every
Spike-
now and then I'm like puppies, tacos, puppies,
Nice
new
thing.
yarn.
Except should it be the Spite Station shawl though?
What's the Spike Station shawl? What is that?
Well,
Because all of Stephen West's things have like station in it.
Oh,
And it doesn't
he
some
went
of-
through a phase,
Well,
so
she
we
went
called
through a phase-
everything station.
station,
Yeah.
station. So
'Cause-
we mock her lovingly.
and when it got to the exploration station shawl, it became the exploration station shawl. But now they're saying he's not even a knitter, so go figure.
Oh, stop it.
I
mean,
think
if-
it's
if you-
ridiculous.
aren't you a knitter? Is that not how it goes? Is there a test? Do I have to take a test?
Well, no, they're claiming this very famous knitwear designer who is very prolific doesn't do his actual own knitting.
Well, he
But
doesn't
he
do all
farms
of
it out.
it.
Well, yeah, but not all. Most of the big designers don't. I mean, Hohi has her mother knit half the stuff she designs. So I mean,
They're just jealous bitches. And
Lisa got her knitting license on the first try. Good for you.
oh, good
Wow,
for
is
you.
that
One of the
copy your
clever ones.
homework?
I
I
failed
want
it
a
a couple
knitting.
times.
I want a knitting license.
How'd you do on the backup part? Because that's always tricky.
No, it's the
I
parallel.
like
It's
the essay
it's the-
questions.
it's the parallel parking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is
that's
parallel parking knitting? Is that like where you're like turning at the same time? Like, what? Is this like Zumba? Do I have to knit while doing Zumba? That sounds complicated.
No, I don't have a knitting license, but I do have an ID for Blocked Magazine. So does that count like a knitting license?
Maybe
Is it the
there's a
knitting magazine?
calendar. I heard there's a calendar for Block
There
Magazine. Is there a
is.
calendar? What does it look
There-
like?
I don't. Anne probably has one right by her.
There it
Let me make
is.
Anne big.
Woohoo!
With our adorable Annie on the cover.
Yes, and she is also January.
Yes, she is.
Hey, I get to be done by March.
Hey, and we do
I
have
can keep flipping.
extras. We have a few extras.
There she be.
I don't know if you want me to keep going. I
If you
I
want.
heard somebody.
Otherwise-
I heard somebody here's in that calendar as well.
You're coming up. Come on.
Can
Yeah,
you-
I'm March. There's me.
Yeah.
I guess I could bring this closer. I mean, you don't have to be all the way back here. Like, look,
No,
There's
it's
Liz.
fine, really. It's
Okay.
fine. Haha, March is over. I'm done. Amy
Now
L. Amy L said she hasn't gotten her calendar yet.
Easter.
Wait,
I
say
don't
it
know
again.
if she heard. L in the chat says she hasn't gotten her calendar yet.
Oh,
Is
no.
that the L who already messaged me? And
I don't know.
No,
I'm
you
just
didn't know that.
Oh,
There's me.
and I do
there's
love
Amy.
that you
Oh,
can
it's
see the
everybody.
extra detail of it because it's formatted this way.
Amy got to go to the
job with
beach.
Wow.
You
I
see?
know her.
We're
The
all
Frenchiest
wow.
fry.
Wow,
Our
you guys
amateur-
are famous.
Our amateur photographs that did not have enough clarity turned into a design element
Yes,
that
it did.
made it better. See,
It actually is great. Yeah.
I do. I like it that way with the with the garment or whatever
Wendy.
underneath it. Wendy in her pink.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Shauna Stitches.
With
Look
the
at all these
original
knitters.
intent.
Exactly.
the
Shauna
original
who nails the
pattern,
brief
yeah.
every time.
Nailed it.
I believe
There's-
Wendy's nailed the brief too.
Praditha.
Tabitha. There we go. Very fancy, very moody in the woods. There we go.
Is that Tanya? Is that Tanya?
I believe
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
And then December is Anne's
Hey,
partner in crime.
her wife.
That too.
It's very
And-
important to the internet.
Rumor has it there will be a 2025 calendar and that Neil will be in it.
I'm
I
gonna
hope
bully my
so.
way into
I
that
s-
calendar.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I will even
Oh,
knit
for
something.
sure.
You can crochet.
You can crochet.
That's what mine was. Mine was crochet this year.
Neil,
Help.
Yeah.
you don't have a choice. I'm inviting myself to your calendar.
And
We welcome you.
and hook her up in the secret chat of it.
Oh, a secret
Okay.
chat. Do we have like candles and talk about sending text messages there too? Oh, no.
Well, we don't.
Sorry.
Outing us.
Sorry.
we're not sharing the topic yet. But
Okay,
but
I was
if,
gonna share
but if-
duck in the next text message.
there was one person who said they didn't get it, and she proved she paid it, and it got shipped, but it didn't get to her yet. So if that's the person in the chat, then I will mail you yours, and we apologize for the delay. I don't know what happened. It got mailed to you, but
Probably post office or something.
maybe your post office was so enthralled
in-
with the calendar.
If they're in Canada, they're still having backlog from their
No,
stuff.
she was in
Yeah, I
America.
think the post office started sending mail to Canada today.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't
Once
know.
Trudeau is out, the mail can work again.
But we do have a few extras, so if
That's
somebody did miss it, then they
Or
really want
if you-
one.
or
Hit
I
me up.
believe Anne, if you comment on the Anne and DK's podcast, you might end up getting one if you're a winner.
Ooh.
So
Is that a
Also-
See, I
giveaway?
see, I watch your episodes.
I haven't watched it yet because I was watching
I
football.
pay attention.
That sounds like a giveaway.
I was about
It
to say,
is.
with the upcoming knitting retreat and seeing you, I can bring you an extra calendar. I have a stack of them. I ordered extra.
Ooh.
Like I'm using them
Okay.
for giveaways, but like
Okay, listen.
I ordered
how
a
much
lot.
you want? How much you want, Katie?
Well, you know,
What do you want? Do you want to come over and pet the dogs?
I'd love to pet the dog.
Always.
Okay. Okay.
I am very
And dogs?
brittle.
Are you kidding me? That's an easy one. That's an easy yes.
Yeah. You can have 5 hours of dog pets. How's that sound?
Gotta stamp the ticket for how long.
Yeah, I'll be like over there with like a timer being like, okay, you got like 3 hours and 42 minutes left.
It's like the Great British Bake Off.
By that point, the dog's stick with me. The dog's like, I gotta go.
No,
Sorry.
these listen, I gotta let you know something about these two dogs. They're like absolute pet sluts. They really are. They're kind of like, if you will give them pets, they're like, they will just lay there next to you until your arms don't move, and then they'll do that paw thing where like, don't stop.
See, Molly is that way. She's gotten into this habit with, she's always been an aggressive cuddler. Okay, she is.
Oh,
in
is
your
this the
face.
dog that Twitter said was my dog?
Yeah.
Tell
Grok.
them the story. Tell them. That was so fucking
Okay,
funny.
so it's on Twitter, there's little, fashions that go through, and one of those is, have Grok draw you. Like, that's great, that's fine. Caro does that, and it's Molly. It is a completely Molly sitting there with the cartoon Caro.
Well, I can kind of see the resemblance a little bit. Yeah, the hair color.
Don't-
and, yeah.
Don't tell Paisley.
I know.
No one
Paisley
else is allowed to be with Molly.
Mm-mm.
She's
Yeah,
already
so-
claimed your dog.
But
I
yeah,
know.
Grok was kind of like, her dog is your dog. And I was like, I'm okay with that. And then Anne immediately was like, excuse me, that's my dog.
No, but really, it wasn't just a bulldog. It was a bulldog with the same gingerish tone, the white
Wow.
muzzle, the whites on the ends of the paws. Like, I'm like,
What
That's
I
my
really
dog.
loved about it is that, because obviously, like, I box, right? And so, like, the dog had boxing gloves.
Clearly, the universe is saying Caro needs to go meet Molly.
Yes.
She
And
was a sweet-
clearly AI is a little dangerous.
But to finish my silly dog story,
Yes,
she
please.
will sit next to you on the couch and she will do a big paw and grab you and pull you towards her. Like, she will grab your arm, and then sometimes she's like, no, that's not enough to just grab you closer to me. She will like aggressively, like full head, full shoulder, lean into your chest and like smear herself into your lap.
Wow.
Like, it's just like, dog, that's all. And what Molly doesn't do anything half-heartedly, so it's with every ounce of the 65-pound muscle just punch right into you
Hey-
when she does this.
Hey, Tina. Yeah, my pity was that way. Except she was 85 pounds and thought she was a lap dog.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And she was not a lap dog, but she was very sweet.
I understand as somebody that has a 90-pound dog that's like, I'm going to sit on your lap. And I'm like, please don't.
Dogs
No, you're not.
Yeah, she was a good girl. So Tina's been busy working in the work sauce.
She has.
So
Work sauce? What is the work sauce?
yarn dyeing.
Oh,
It's where the magic happens.
This is a new term I'm learning. Okay.
It's where the magic happens, like with
I
our
love
lovely
magic.
our lovely mayhem colorway that she dyed for us.
Mhm.
Oh, that sparkles.
Still have to- Oh, I still
And
I love sparkles.
do I
There's
have
my
the other
card
one?
right there. I'm looking at it.
Where do I have the other one?
Did you see the yarn that Chicken Lady dyed for you, Kara?
No.
You have sparkle sparkle yarn.
Shut the fuck up. Did nobody tell her? I mean,
No.
I only just saw it. Like it was in an email.
An email.
Th-
I was in a
this is
newsletter.
our-
What the fuck?
this is Knit Night. This is our other colorway.
Mhm.
Knit Purdy.
I'm gonna move you so I can still see
I
this
love
beautiful
it.
yarn while buying more yarn.
That's what you do.
All
See,
the tabs open. Yep.
you know, some of us aren't buying yarn right now, but we
What
can
the
enable
hell did
other
I
people
miss?
to.
What was
I have
going
yarn.
on?
I didn't know I had yarn.
She didn't know there was Sparkle Sparkle from Chicken Lady.
I don't.
No, but
I'm looking for this. I'm looking for it.
No, but I love how bright those colors that Tina did.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're awesome.
Mhm.
Well, she did the Knit Night one, but she let us choose, and we liked both of them so much. Joe asked her if she could do the Mayhem colorway too. So
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
we get a little bit of both. So
Mhm.
and we love them.
Yeah.
And I really need to cast on, but I have to finish my other two sweaters that have her yarn in them first. So
I have to finish my ordering. It's sitting in a cart right up there, but I'll get to
Oh, when is your sweater knit along
it.
finished?
well, it's supposed to finish tomorrow,
Okay.
but I have had some people ask, so I'm going to extend it to the end of the month.
Okay.
So send me pictures and stuff till the end of January, because I just figure, you know, with the holidays and stuff, give people a little extra time, because somebody is working on their fourth sweater
Ooh.
and is almost, you know, could finish it by the end of the month. So I
Wow.
want to give that opportunity. Yeah, I know. So
Okay.
but,
Well, we
um,
can. You know what? Then I can push the hat thing back to February 1st.
or we could do both. I mean, if you want to run the hat thing all the time, you can start that
Well,
anytime.
I'm thinking I kind of want to run it. You know, not for like a month. I want to kind of just. It's for the babies. There's
I
no.
do like to
there's
support
no
the
time
babies.
on the babies needing hats. That gives me time to
No.
make some like this one.
And congratulations to our friend Annie, who's got a new grandbaby.
She
Who's
does.
very adorable.
Mhm.
And
She's so
got all the
cute.
getting all the knitted stuff from grandma, which is fun.
Mhm.
So what's
Yes.
everybody working on?
Working on buying this yarn. And what isn't it? Is it just called Sparkle Sparkle? Because I don't see it.
Hang on. It's called Sparkle Sparkle Troll.
Oh,
That's me.
even
I'm
better.
a fucking troll. I fucking own
Even
this.
better.
Hang on. I just send it over to you. But it was in her latest newsletter, the Epiphany one.
Oh man, you
Wow.
know what?
I'm gonna start reading my emails.
I need to
Yeah.
actually sign up for this newsletter.
Yeah, because she sends coupons too.
That's true.
Mhm.
Check her.
Yeah.
Check her most recent. Sometimes you can't
I
search
love these
by the.
colors. Oh my fucking god!
Oh, she found it.
I'm so happy right now. Look, it asked if I want to sign up for the newsletter. I'm gonna fucking sign up for it.
Why wouldn't you?
We love you too, Tina. You know that.
Yes. She's the best.
Have I met Tina?
No, I don't think you were
No.
on when she was on.
Damn it!
Unless you didn't meet her on Knitting Wars, did you? Because she was on Knitting Wars a couple times.
Did I?
I don't
It's
think
been a while
so.
since Tina's
Okay.
been on Knitting Wars, so.
Okay. I want
We
to
gotta
say I really like you
rectify
too,
this.
but I can't say that if I've never met you.
She's awesome. You two would get
You
along
would.
because she is very
Team-
much
Fun.
fun.
She's
I do like fun people.
she's fun.
Okay, and this is Sparkle Sparkle Troll
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
It's in black and white.
with little
Listen, I
pops
just bought
of
some yarn
blue.
from her the other day. Now I'm gonna buy more. I'm not even sorry about this. Baby, if you're watching, I'm sorry about the credit card bill.
She's not really.
And it also said, as per her last email, that she's out of town, so shipping will be delayed a little bit.
That's
perfect.
A-okay.
Oh
with
yeah,
me.
that's right. She went to see a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, perfection is worth waiting for. Okay, and I'm looking at this yarn.
Oh,
Well, if you like 80s and 90s
Oh,
cartoon
that color.
tunes, go check out Tina's.
Yeah, look at Tina's stuff too. Well, I promise I'm gonna buy your stuff, Tina.
Oh no, I have a tab already open with Tina's stuff. So
I always have a tab open with her stuff.
This is the way.
I'm terrible about that. I'll send her an email. Hey, can you just make this for me? And she always does because she's amazing.
Here we go. See, sorry. I actually had some. I keep meaning to use this for the Star Trek knit along, and I haven't yet. But this is her. I have to remember what it's called. Is it Gemini Galaxy? Eskimo Galaxy?
I
One
don't
of
know.
the-
Let me look it up.
Siamese Twins Galaxy. It was something like that. Something a little
something
Like,
of the
you
galaxy.
weren't quite allowed to say anymore.
Why?
Anyways. I don't know.
me
Anyways, I always
see.
thought this yarn was beautiful.
Oh,
and
look
I
It
at
is.
Sparkle. Sparkle is beautiful.
and I had some of the American Grit. And it's beautiful. And I said to the
American Grit is awesome, and that's one of the yarns that's going to be part of our giveaways.
yes.
I
Um,
want to win.
I already got some for you
Oh,
to go with your other stuff
okay.
because I got some for all of us when she came out because we needed to support her.
We always
She has too many good. Dang, Tina, why do you keep coming up with colors I like? It's really annoying. Really need to.
Tina,
Stop.
don't draw a mustache on me.
Yes, I got my calendar and I love it. It's actually the first calendar I've ever used as a grown up. I've actually written things on it. Yay!
I said, don't draw a mustache on me.
Yeah, Tina, Amy's got to send you a message and explain a yarn colorway we want. But Amy can send it to you.
Oh, okay.
We're enlisting Amy to do all our bidding.
That's fine.
No, it just needs the name needs a colorway, and once she sees why, she'll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find Anne's colorway. Show a picture of it. But then I see all the pretty ones. And like, oh, I like that and that and that and that and that and that.
Why I have to shut my laptop and
I had to go find my pattern, and I'm also trying to cook dinner, so sorry. I keep going in and out.
I've never had anybody make yarn with me in mind before. It's like a special day.
isn't it?
It is. It really is.
You know, my day was kind of stressful, but then I saw that and I was like, you know, it's okay. I got sparkle yarn.
You're the sparkle
I'm
troll.
a yeah.
You should put
Yarn
that on,
always makes
on
things
your
go better.
pronouns. That's your pronoun. Sparkle troll.
No, it's actually lift gains. I think I've told you guys this story. If you want to hear it again.
Sure.
So a long time ago, there was somebody on, X, like they do, and they were kind of like, Rippaverse should get sued if they don't hire a non-binary person. I was like, problem solved. I identify as non-binary, right? Because that's how it works, right? and so that's what I did. And they were like, don't mock it. And so I put it in my Twitter bio as well, because that's, that's how it's really official. Like some people get certificates, right? Or license, like you just put it in the Twitter bio, that's all you do. So like, a typical person, I did that and I got funny out of it and then I forgot about it, right? Because I had other things to do. So some months go by and my boss does a video about how he thinks DEI is not conducive to the workplace. I'll word it that way. And naturally, when people do videos like that, they start trolling, they start combing through all the employee profiles. And sure enough, there I was saying non-binary hire for Rippaverse, right?
As you do.
Yeah. And so they started being kind of like, you're wrong. Because look, you have a non-binary person. I was like, I really hate to explain the joke to you, but I guess I will. Right. And so that's what I did. And I even pulled the tweet with, and the person who made this claim has like a rainbow colored beard. Like the amount of effort used to like do all this work. Like I admire it. And I'm also kind of like, you need a hobby. Right. So I got in a back and forth with one person saying like, you're just making a mockery of it. I was like, I am, but you set it up this way.
No,
Right?
you guys are. Yeah.
Yeah. And
It
so they're
started
like,
out as a mockery.
yeah. And then at one point it's like, well, you're not non-binary. And I was like, okay, well, I guess since the public opinion is going to tell me what I can identify as, because that's what this sounds like, right? I put up a poll and I was like, okay, so since I'm not allowed to identify how I want per this one person, I will let public opinion decide what I should be, right? So I had she, her, and I had they, them, and then I had muscle mommy on there, right? So muscle mommy won. It wasn't even like a thought or like I had to check numbers, like fucking landslide muscle mommy, right? And so my pronouns are now lift and gains because I identify as muscle mommy.
Okay. Okay, that's acceptable.
how dare they tell you, that you're not non-binary?
I
Yeah,
know.
like-
I was offended. I was like, how dare?
Well,
And that tells
yeah,
you
I mean,
Live
know
your
about
dreams.
yeah.
That's what I say.
I'm not
Live-
allowed to live
Mhm.
my best self. I just can't. Like these people out here, they're stopping me from being great. It's just I don't know what to do. I need a safe place. Like, will you guys help me in my time of need right now?
sure.
Sure.
If we have to.
Whatever you say.
Just send yarn.
I still like the whole philosophy of you're perfect just the way you are. Now you should totally change yourself.
Right.
It's almost like those other genders are just fake.
Fake,
I know,
yeah.
right?
Huh. Shocking.
Do you see that teacher won $450,000 settlement
Which
because she
teacher?
got a middle school, I think in Ohio.
Oh, I don't know
She
this
was
story.
like
Yeah.
she was like the second one. She refused to use preferred pronouns from students and was told if she didn't that she would get fired. And she got fired, and she sued the school district saying it violated her First Amendment rights.
Oh.
And the judge said, "You're right, it did." And she got a
Oh,
$450,000 settlement, which unfortunately comes from all the parents because they're the ones who end up paying it.
Yes.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's like the
Like,
second teacher. There was one in Virginia who got a $500,000 settlement, and a couple other teachers, some other places. Yeah, it's really coming back to
Mhm.
Like, what was the was this like middle school or high school? Like what?
middle school. Middle school.
Oh, that's even
Yeah.
more exciting.
Yeah.
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 I remember middle school. Like, I don't know if you guys know, like, the gif of, like, the hamster, like, recalling Vietnam, right? Like, that's me right now because I used to teach middle school.
Mm.
Yeah, it's and she said her religion would not let her not tell them the truth, and with them not being true to their actual born genders was not true, and she was not going to lie to them because she cared about them enough not to lie to them. And just the way it's seeing it, looking at like that, all these adults out there who are telling children they're not going to go along with it, they're the ones who really care about the children.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched this interview with someone who detransitioned who's suing because they were put on pronouns like within 2 hours of going to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And like the therapist, diagnosed several mental issues, but immediately said this was the way to fix it.
They're
What state-
mandated to do that.
And told the parents, if we don't do this, your daughter's going to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
she said, you know what? It turns out, no, I was suicidal afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't suicidal beforehand.
I mean, what
And
state was that? Do you remember?
I don't know. It was a couple weeks ago, and
Can't
now is suing and said, the problem is once you do detransition, you get no support whatsoever. You're kicked out. Nobody wants your story. Nobody wants to hear from you because you're going. Oh, it's because it was about that researcher whose research proved that that they don't commit suicide, and
No.
that goes against trans teaching, and she hid the research,
No.
and it came out. Yeah, and
That's
it came out that
academic
she was hiding.
fraud.
Yeah. She was hiding the research because she didn't want it to affect trans kids. But lying about the research kind of affects trans kids.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that hurt your entire
and-
movement. I'm
and
I'm not like
this girl-
educated in this.
Yeah. Well, and she said, she went along with it because she thought that was right. And it wasn't until she was thinking about her future and realized she wasn't going to be a dad. She wasn't a dad. She couldn't be a dad. She wasn't a boy.
Mm-mm.
And so she detransitioned and now is dealing with all the medical issues, but is suing the hospital and the doctors and the researcher. So it was very heartbreaking.
Thanks, society. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Welcome back.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
did not prepare
What are you making?
accordingly.
What are you making for dinner?
I made them salmon, asparagus,
Ooh.
and oven roasted small potatoes.
Nice.
Yum.
That sounds delicious.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
We had my son over the other day. My daughter made curry.
Nice.
She's made it before, but he's never had it.
Wait, what kind of
He
curry?
was-
Red, green, yellow? What?
Japanese curry, which is kind of red and brown. but it's yellow curry, but it's more brown.
I gotcha.
But
Okay.
it was very good. At the end, you grate apples
Love
in it,
curry.
and the apples just brighten up the flavor. It was very good.
Welcome,
Oh,
Tassimo.
Oh, hold on.
I
I
probably
made
said
him
Oh.
a promise.
that wrong.
I made him. No,
But
you said it
welcome.
right.
Welcome.
I made him a promise. I need to follow through with this.
I hope we don't, disappoint.
yeah, we have no agenda. We just sit here and chat.
We just talk.
Yeah.
I have an agenda.
Okay, I know you didn't super
Well,
chat.
yeah.
But
You
I'm
know,
gonna hold up on my end of the bargain. There we go.
Anne has an oh,
Boobies.
Yeah,
oh,
he asked
oh,
if this was the stream
this
where
person
he
will
gets to see
fit right
boobies.
in. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy, has yours healed?
Yes. My broken boot has healed. Yes.
You broke your boob? How do you break
I
your
Yeah.
boob?
did.
You know what? No, I don't want to know.
She had a broken one. But apparently now it's fixed. So
And,
Got
and
better.
And I just did it by sitting. So just FYI, if you sit like this too much, you can like actually strain that muscle right there.
So you didn't have to go to like the shop or anything and have them like kind of like lift that puppy up.
No,
Do some boob therapy.
my husband offered for that, but
Okay. I'm sorry.
course you
I don't watch award shows, but I watch the day after to see what they wear. And I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. All these women who, wear all these nothing tops, did they ever hear a boob tape? Because their boobs are all sagging and hanging down, and it's like, really? That's the look you're going for with like half your dress not there and just your saggy boob? Really? You couldn't think
I'm
to like
pretty sure that was a Kim Kardashian thing that you can just take duct tape and like bring that puppy up.
well, her stick up because of the implants, but some of these women aren't. They're just sagging, and I'm like, that really does not do anything for the bust of the dress. It just kind of hangs there.
yeah, the
And no
designers
shaping,
are appalled. If that's not
and
envisioned.
now things are just pretty much totally see-through these days to every event, regardless.
Might as well just go naked. I mean, like, why are we even like messing around? You're trying to look naked when you go. Just be naked. Just do it. Just
Well,
leave a
and-
thong on. Walk down in heels. You'll be like the
Hey.
most like glamorous thing ever.
Well, and what kills me is they dress like that, and then they claim that they don't want,
We're
Yeah.
being
men
objectified.
perving over. But you're putting yourself out there that way.
I'm so
Listen,
pleased to
know-
get this
here's what I'm gonna do.
award based on my work, in which the bulk of the movie was me having sex with random people.
So here's what
Give
I'm gonna do.
each
If
other
I ever
awards.
walk down a runway, right, I'm gonna go naked, but I'm gonna have a QR code. It's gonna have like my donation link on there. I'm gonna put like right here on this cheek. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Here's a GoFundMe. Buy me some clothes.
Yeah, since you're looking at the assets, you can give me a little bit of capital. That's what I'm saying right
Well, not
there.
only that, it's these young girls who are like 11 and 12 years old and 13 years old children of celebrities who are dressing like that.
Okay, I
I'm
have
like,
different thoughts on that. Like, stay home.
If you're an adult, did you see Ted Cruz's daughters at his swearing in?
No, I didn't.
The
and I don't know if
16-year-old's
I
top
want
was the 16-year-old's top was see-through,
to. No.
and the younger one, it was just inappropriate. It's not quite as bad as Beyonce's daughter or
I'm gonna
Um,
write a letter to Heidi Cruz. Dear Heidi,
Oh my goodness,
what are you
Beyonce
doing?
child is growing up, isn't she?
she's 12 and she was
Is it
wearing,
apple? I can't remember what she called. What fruit she
no,
called it.
Blue Ivy.
Oh, so it's a color, not a fruit. Okay, got it.
No, I think Gwyneth's daughter is the fruit.
It's a
Gwen-
plant.
Gwyneth is the one who has Apple and Moses.
Apple. Yeah.
You know, as somebody who's like named after the dog, I can only imagine like in the hospital, it's like, you want to call the kid Apple? It's like, yeah, I really feel like very close to this thing. It's like, maybe not.
You know, I am not of a denomination that does infant baptisms, okay? But there is a benefit to having to look a priest in the eye and say, this is what I'm naming my child, and have the
Okay.
priest go, yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
The one in the long dress is 16 and the other one's younger.
Oh,
No.
How is that appropriate?
No.
Oh my
And why
goodness.
is Ted letting them go? Let me tell you something. My dad, dad from the 80s, he was like, you're not leaving. If I put on jeans that were wet, because like we did back in the 80s, and I don't know any of you 80s people, you You people.
I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
You put your jeans on when they were wet, and then you'd lay on the bed to zip them up, and then you'd walk, And my dad was like, "You're not going out in those wet jeans. You're not going out wearing that." And I would expect Ted Cruz to do that, so I'm a little disappointed, Ted.
I mean, I'm not a
think
prude, but I think you shouldn't teach your daughters that they have
Not
to
at that age.
bear all their skin at that age to be relevant and be, important. And
Well, the
between
dresses
Beyonce,
are, I could tell you the dresses. Having a high schooler, they
Mhm.
they either
oh,
make
I know.
they either make them skin tight and long
Uh-huh.
with a deep V neck, maybe the sheer top, or super short so they look like a 1920s bathing suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I
That's
don't-
your two options.
When I was
I
growing
know.
up, my dad had like a really frank conversation with me when I was an adolescent. He's like, "I'm going to make calls that you're not going to like, but I have to let you understand that as a
Mhm.
father, I have one job." And I was like, "What is
Right.
that?" He's like, "It's
Right.
to keep you off the pole. Okay, I can't
Yep.
have you dressed like you're going to be on the pole. All right. So when you try and buy a top, it'll be like, nope, that's a pole top." And I'll be like, "Okay, right." Like that was it. So I think Ted forgot to have that talk with his kids.
Yes, apparently.
Ours was walking the streets in New York City was the description. You don't want to look like you're walking the streets in New York City.
Yeah, we
Um,
my dad would say, "Oh, you're going to be on Baltimore Street,"
I used to when I was teaching early childhood, and the moms would get pregnant, and then other people I know, they were, they're trying to think of their name. I was like, look, all you gotta do when trying to figure out a child's name is, if it's a boy, because you need to say the whole name out loud, because you need to know how is it gonna get a nickname? Do the initials, are they inappropriate? Are you not thinking about the initials? People are cruel. So
yeah, people are,
and when you have a last name of mine that rhymes with that doesn't rhyme with, but can be mispronounced and very inappropriately, you have to be careful. So my theory was, if it's a boy name and it sounds great over the loudspeaker on Friday Night Football being announced as quarterback, it's a good boy's name. If it's a girl's name and you can hear a man on a DJ announcing the next stripper, then it's not a good girl's name.
So you're saying Candy's not a great name. That's what
Not
I'm
so
hearing.
much. No
Okay,
offense to the
okay.
candies.
Well,
what
I saw
about,
But I
what
think
about
the
Sparkle
candies,
Candy?
in their defense, candy is usually short for something else.
Candace, yeah.
Usually.
or
and B,
the nickname
candy
of a
is
girl who works in plum.
what'd you put with the candy?
Oh, make candy.
Is it
Man,
candy?
It's like fresh,
Candy
right?
corn?
Is it candy, nectar, whatever? Or is it candy Elizabeth? That's two different, vibes
Well,
there.
that's like I saw a thing the other day, and it was about the name Tiffany, and it was, let me find it. It was a historical thing.
Oh yeah, Tiffany's a very old name.
Mhm.
It's the nickname of Theophonia, I think, back in the day, and so it was actual nickname in the medieval times for this name, but writers won't use it because it's too modern,
Ugh.
because it sounds too
Britney
modern,
Mhm.
even though it wasn't, a nickname from like the 1500s. So I thought
Was
that was
it
pretty funny.
spelled the same way?
Yeah,
Okay. Because I wondered
or
if
maybe
they
it might.
added like an N and I or something,
Wasn't
I don't
it
know,
a
but
last name though too?
It could have been.
Yeah.
I thought it was the last name.
Yeah,
there's
I'm glad-
Tiffany's, so.
I'm glad my daughter was always the child who did not feel the need to show all the skin. And even now older, she's not that way.
No.
But she's had friends who were, and their parents, I question their parents' judgment.
There are a lot of kids who aren't, but I tell you what, it is hard to find appropriate clothing. It is really,
is.
really,
It
really
is.
hard to find appropriate
It's like the
clothing.
media wants to sexualize children. It's
Almost
so
as
strange.
if.
Yeah.
Well, it's like those I believe the teachers that are taking advantage of their students are the same ones pushing the inappropriate books and things in the schools, because it's their way of grooming the students to be accepting of their inappropriateness.
Right.
I think it's
And
one part crazy social parent. Like when I say
Yeah.
crazy, I mean like they walk in, they've got
Yeah.
like intense like
Right.
eye, right? You know what I'm
Right.
talking about?
Yes.
And they don't understand. Like it's also one part like bad school district. Like it wasn't
Oh,
my
yeah.
school district that I knew of, but I'll tell you what. Like you want to talk about some people that make some shit disappear? It's a school district about a teacher, right? They're like quick,
Oh,
swipe
yeah.
that shit away. Like it
Oh,
never
yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah.
But we had, not in my district, but the neighboring one, we had a guy who divorced his wife of like 10 years to marry his student who just became 18. I was like, that's really weird, right? Like that was my first thought. And I was like, and if I had been like, I don't know, the attendant of that district, I've been like, hey, I'm really happy for you. You can never work here again, right? That would have been my thing. But they left him there, and it was like, okay, cool, whatever. Not my business, not my district. Bro divorced his 18-year-old bride to marry a new 18-year-old bride that was his student like the following year. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, what is happening?
What?
You know, it's not the girls so much, but an age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
And
and
now it's,
yeah,
it's a different thing. Yeah.
in my daughter's high school, half the theater department retired because one of the teachers had been caught messing with students, and the others all knew about it and covered it up. So they retired before they could get part of the investigation.
Yeah.
I know how bad
I
it
don't
was
follow
because
this
when
one
I
gracefully.
coached cross country, because that was like, because we're always trying to make extra money and shit. But when I coached cross country,
It happens a lot. Yeah.
well, no, like literally in the orientation for all coaches for the district, he said, "Do not sleep with the students." Right, and I was like, "Why do you have to say that?" He's
Why
like,
do you have
"'Cause
to
I
be told
guarantee-"
that? Yeah.
Yeah, no, because he was like, 5 of you will, and I was like looking around the room. I was like, "Which one of you is the pedo? Like, which one is it?"
Have none of
That's
you
like the
heard
thing.
that police song? Come on.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Did you know that was written for out? That was he wrote that song because when he was a teacher, that stuff happened to him,
Yeah.
and that's where the song came from.
Ah,
Well, I will say, don't assume it's all men.
no,
Because
it's not.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying the
it's
teach
definitely
Definitely
not.
not.
the females are worse because
They tend to be
No,
worse.
Mary Kay and
because the boys think
Yeah.
they're safer. They think they're
Oh, it
safer.
happens younger too. That's what's scary.
Yeah,
it happens
it
in
does.
elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also
11
in society, it's more acceptable. They say, "Oh, way to go, guy!" You know,
Mhm.
I
"Oh,
know.
you got your teacher." Like, no, it's still gross.
This one, the woman, she's getting, I think, 4 years in prison. She should be getting a hell of a lot more.
4?
Sure, she's daughter of the mayor, or daughter of the mayor, and the wife of the police chief,
Oh,
and was
Jesus.
sleeping with 12-year-olds. Wait, no, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
my.
I said that wrong. She was
Ew.
raping 12-year-olds because I
Ew.
hate when they call them, say they had sexual
Rumors.
relations with
Is
students,
that the
because they
one
didn't.
in my area, or is that by you?
I forget which one.
I
It was
think
in the
happens,
news.
like in every state now. That's the
It
Because
sounds
the
like
one-
something
Let's
that would
focus on
happen
that.
in Amy's
It
area.
is in every state.
Well,
but
she
the
was
one-
sleeping with the one, and his friends were
Ew.
the lookouts.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
that might be the
ew.
one in. Oh, stupid thing.
Oh,
again.
it's gross.
The one in my state. He was a parish. I don't remember what parish. Tangipahoa, Livingston. I don't remember. Sheriff's officer. She was a teacher. They did it together. They
Oh
would get
yeah, I
the
saw that
kids-
one
They
too.
would get the kids to come home. They drugged the kids. They gave them
Ew.
alcohol. They took videos. They did everything.
Where's
Yeah.
the shotgun?
Yeah, they're like pretty. There's gonna be documentaries about them. They.
I
yeah.
hate those people.
No,
I
I,
know,
don't
my
want to give
husband-
them notice. Like that's like so. This is like the one thing I hate about documentaries is that it gives them attention, right?
I
Like,
know.
I don't want to give them attention. I don't want to do
No,
that.
I don't want. I would. You don't
I'd
want to give
rather
them
hear-
attention, but you want other kids and parents out there to see
Right.
how they do it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's about surviving and not
That's-
focusing
yeah.
on them,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Yeah, don't.
No, usually,
Well, my
usually there's
glorify it, yeah.
usually they're spun in a okay, the victims that are willing to come forward, and how are they now, and yada yada,
Okay.
and they put the guy away, and
Yeah.
not every time, but
Yeah. No, I just don't. It's just like sometimes
hus-
it's like when we take those things and
Yeah.
we like cinemify it and all this other stuff. And
yeah, no.
And the thing that really bothers me, and I really want people to pay attention to this, is that they're basically putting out a how-to guide as well.
Right. Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, my husband always said that if someone messed with one of our children that way, their body would never be found.
Yeah.
And I live in the desert, and that's a thing here.
oh man, you got
And-
coyotes out there. Mhm.
Yeah. I live
Yeah.
in a marsh. Yeah.
He worked for the
Yep.
casinos and met a lot of the
Gators.
old
Huh?
security guards
You know,
from
gators,
back in the
right?
day
You know.
when people would disappear in the desert because they didn't pay their gambling nets.
Oh God, yeah.
So yeah,
I had a friend that worked for I don't know what they're called. Like they keep changing the name because they don't want to say it's the what is it called? Shit. It's a word I don't use very often, so I can't recall it as swiftly. After the morgue, you go to this place to make the body pretty before it goes to the
the
ceremony.
mortuary.
Yeah, okay.
Mortuary.
Yeah, they don't want to call it mortuary. They call it like Eternal Life Memory Center or something like that. Like they keep doing stuff like that. It's like I'm sorry to tell you that these people have died. So like,
They
Um,
dead people now.
yeah, they did. I'm sorry. Like I know
Do
it's
you mean a
hard to hear.
mortician? Is that what the word you're trying to think of?
No. So she was the cosmetic person.
funeral
that was,
home?
like,
Funeral
Oh,
home?
yeah, sure. Funeral home. We like that too.
So I told my brother that, sorry, this is interrupting your story, but I'm like, okay, Max, this is very important. When I die and you inherit my Twitter profile and other social medias, I want you to say, she okay, but she dead. I want
like
that to
that.
be the line you use. Like,
But
what? Anyway, specific.
that's
meme knowledge.
fantastic though. That's how I'm gonna know. That's how I'll find out. Like I'll just get
That's how you know
like that.
she okay, but she did.
Dead. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, I interrupted your story.
So
no, your thing was equally
mortician
entertaining.
guy?
No, it's not the mortician. Like I guess like I don't understand like how they break this down to make themselves special snowflakes in this profession. But it's basically like the person that like cosmetically repairs your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so she was doing that, and she's like,
That
"Well,
is usually the more. Oh, you mean not the mortician? You mean the person that comes and does their hair and their makeup?
yeah.
That's just regular beauty people.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's bigger homes will have one on staff, but
I
otherwise,
missed
yeah,
the
yeah,
calling,
some
they'll
people
hire
guys.
have-
I could have
yeah.
been doing dead people's makeup. What the fuck?
No, that is
That
a
was-
whole thing. Yeah,
My
my
cousins wants that job, like
Mhm.
specifically wants that job. She's like, they won't complain.
they
It'll
don't
be
complain.
Okay,
So
so I
anyways,
guess I
okay.
thought it was something else because she actually went and got like the 2-year degree to be able.
Yeah,
to
you have to get
do it.
licensed and all.
Yeah, you have to
and
get
a lot of
the
the-
cosmetologist. Is that the word you were
Yeah.
looking for?
No, she literally did funeral studies, but then she.
well,
worked-
then yeah,
Mm.
but a lot of them
be
also do
licensed
some of the
and
embalming and
Maybe
stuff
she's
too.
a cosmetician and an embalmer at the same time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on here. Maybe she
Two
tried
for
to
one.
like make herself seem different so that way she wasn't like other girls. Anyway, so
Yeah, because that seems
Um,
like a lot.
yeah, but what she did is she's like, yeah, I tried to repair this one face, but we had to have it closed casket, and I was like, oh, like not to be weird, but like what happened? She's like, oh well, for some reason this person like just appeared out in the middle of the desert and coyotes got to his face, and I was like, how do people just appear in the middle of the desert? And she's like, if I don't ask, you don't ask, and it's probably better that way. And I was like, so you see some shit.
Okay.
Yeah. But
That
Kat
was my story.
says some funeral homes has a mortician that specializes in reconstruction of people. I've
Yeah.
watched a couple of videos on it and how they do it, and it's kind of fascinating in a way because they're doing it for the people left,
Right.
I
and
know I saw one person get interviewed for it, and he's like, I've taken more bras off than you probably have, but they're all dead. And I was like, wow.
please
Yeah,
don't
it's
use that
special.
please don't use that as an icebreaker at a party. I'm just telling you.
You know, that
It
a lot of
won't go
people
well.
buried without pants. Like,
No?
It depends.
zombie apocalypse is going to be weird.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people are buried without shoes.
Yes.
If I was getting buried and not cremated, y'all better not let me wear a bra.
God, no.
I mean,
I got
am I
really
gonna be
bad-
allowed to have a say?
Yeah, you can have a say.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll just,
a lot of
show
people.
up, be like, yo, she told me this thing.
No, a lot of people will have when they have their funeral pre-planned, they have their clothes all preset.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Mhm.
Lisa's
Um,
got a great question. I love Lisa's question.
I wonder if they've used boob tape after they take off the dead lady's bra. I don't know. I don't know. I know I was really mad at the person who did my mother's makeup.
Yeah, because I mean,
When
you're laying down, so
This is
Yeah,
my
well-
favorite appearance ever.
I kind of went off on the funeral home when my mom died because whoever did her makeup didn't listen and put this bright pink lipstick on her. And the only color lipstick my mother ever wore was a crimson red. Like that was her thing. She had black hair and then white hair, and
Mhm.
she never wore any other color. And my aunt went in and made them change it right before the funeral started because it upset me so much. Because it just wasn't her. It didn't look like her.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah.
she's going to be on the other side bitching about this lipstick.
that's why I want to be cremated because nobody ever
Yeah.
looks. Like
And you need to put a note in your will about what kind of lipstick you want to have.
yeah.
I'm
See,
like,
Liz's second comment is better.
Well,
yeah.
yeah. My dad
But
was
did you
cremated.
also know that if you have a pacemaker, you can donate your pacemaker after you die for dogs?
I did not.
No, I
Because
did
there are
not know
dogs-
that.
There are dogs that
That's
need
nice.
pacemakers. but
Right.
obviously they can't reuse the pacemakers in humans. Although, why not? But
Man's best friend.
so you can donate it to, and I forget the organization.
They
but you can
donate organs. Why can't you donate a
I
pacemaker?
know.
That doesn't make any
So
sense.
They can't make money off you like that.
Yeah, pretty much. So that
You
way,
can have
dogs that
somebody
need
else's
pacemakers can get
eyeballs,
one.
but you can't have a machine. That's weird.
Exactly.
I don't know. My dad was cremated, and then my brother spread
Not eyeballs.
most of his ashes over some of his favorite golf courses.
Oh.
So that would have made him happy.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Nowhere. Anyway.
The last time I talked to somebody at a funeral home, they were trying to tell me that I needed to get like the oak case because we were gonna do cremation. It's like, yeah, we have this oak one set aside. It's like, oh, that's nice. You can go ahead and get the cardboard one. And it's like, oh, well, for blah blah blah. I was like, look, I understand state legislation and law on this. I can put them in cardboard and burn them. So just go ahead and get it out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but blah blah blah. It's like, at that point, like
That's
polite
enough with the
Caro had
upselling.
disappeared. Yeah, polite Caro was gone. I was like, did I fucking stutter? Get the cardboard.
Why? You're just burning it. I mean, save the environment.
Your
save the-
grandfather never wore blush or lipstick, but the funeral home put it on
Put it
them.
on him.
I bet he was
Hey,
fabulous.
Grandfather's
too.
going out like Mr. Spock.
Mhm.
Forbid
Eye
knits.
shadow.
Knits.
All right. Evidently, we need to
You
change
know
the
what?
subject.
Okay, Joe Bob,
What?
you'd be talking if you were here. You'd be talking this too. So hush,
Ooh.
Okay.
Joe Bob.
I have another
You're
story.
haunted.
I have another one. It's breaking news, guys. It's breaking news. Okay,
Oh,
here we
that's right.
go.
You forgot. Yeah, you
Diddle-it,
got breaking news.
diddle-it, diddle-it,
Da-da-da-da. I'm going to start a podcast. It's spontaneous podcast with my friend. It's called Just Eat Bacon.
Yes.
I'll watch.
Yes. And so the reason it's called Just Eat Bacon is because he told me that he was going to have a BLT, and I said he should have it without the L or the T. And he's like, that's just a bacon sandwich. And I was like, you could take the bread out too, right? And so we started talking, and he was kind of like, there's got to be some keto thing called Just Eat Bacon, right? And so he looked it up, and the URL was available. So I told him to buy it.
Yeah.
And so I bullied him into buying this Just Eat Bacon URL. And he's like, okay, now that I've gotten it, what are we going to do with it? We should have a podcast, right? And he's like, what are we going to do on the podcast? Like, well, we're obviously going to talk about bacon. Like, that's what we're going
I
to
am
do.
bookmarking
We're
this.
gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's like, well, we can't make it keto. We don't want to get copyright. It's like, no, we're going to talk about
No.
bacon. Like, you and I
No,
are going to
it's
go to
not
Costco
copyright.
and buy bacon
Dude,
and eat
you-
it.
You could have the history of bacon. You can have the different kinds of bacon. You have the
I know.
recipes.
We could cure our
mean-
own bacon. DIY
Yeah, you
bacon.
Yeah.
Making
You can
recipes.
smoke it, throw it in the smoker,
Our
little brown sugar on it.
Oh, that'd be good. Our local butcher
Yeah,
does
beef
some of the
candy.
best
Yeah.
bacon I've ever had. It's like thick cut bacon. Phenomenal. They smoke it and everything.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could do that too. We could do a comparison between mass produced bacon
The
and
different brands of bacon, do ratings. Yes.
Yes. Yes. That's what
So
we're
don't
do.
call us morbid, Joe Bob.
Yeah. You're at a funeral home. Shh.
I can't eat
Indeed.
bacon at the funeral. But
Lisa-
maybe I could try that too. I could have a podcast where I eat bacon at the funeral. That would be weird.
See, Lisa's on fire. She says, how to business expense bacon. You did it. You did it with your
There you
podcast.
go. It's a
Dude, I could
write-off.
send it to the tax guy. Be like, you just bought like 10 pounds of bacon. I was like, I know, it's for the podcast.
It's for the
It's
podcast.
just for
Hello?
business purposes.
on that
It's-
note, if anybody here makes bacon, send it to me. I will test your bacon. I will review
R&D.
your bacon.
Yeah, for sure.
It's for the people.
Yes,
people
you're
want
doing
bacon.
public service.
You can make it a science experiment too. You could do like the whole health stats, before and
could.
after.
30 days only bacon.
30
Which
days
What
only
happens.
bacon.
Will be surprising to a lot of people.
Like
I'm
the
just
egg, the
saying.
egg one.
Then you
think
could
it's
be
a-
like,
Yeah.
on today's episode of Just Eat Bacon, here's my Jew adjacent friend who only eats turkey or beef bacon, and let's tell her all the reasons her bacon sucks.
No,
I would do it.
No.
Or be like, tell me more about your bacon. Like, what does it really do for you? Like, is it sad bacon? Is it like, do you feel
As
good
long
when
as
you
you're
eat
not-
So you can make
as
turkey
long-
bacon recipes, beef bacon recipes.
it?
As long as you're not making the weird carrot bacon recipe that I saw on Pinterest.
No,
What
but
is
she can do
carrot
that
bacon?
and mock it.
No, none of this. No.
She
Vegan
can do it
bacon.
and mock it.
But what is carrot bacon? Is it just like
It's-
strips of carrot?
Yeah, it's strips of carrot that you smoke or you cook like bacon.
That's just sad bacon.
That's
And they
Sad
use
carrots.
season. I know, but they call it carrot bacon. It's weird. Be like Kamala and go on a Muslim man's podcast and call bacon the best spice ever.
I'm sure she did that. I'm absolutely sure she did that.
Isn't she Jewish now because her husband's Jewish? Should she be
What?
eating bacon?
I doubt she converted.
No.
I don't know.
It's not honorary. You have to actually like give her.
Yeah,
you
but-
actually have to put in some groundwork.
I feel
There's
like
a lot-
she eats a lot of. No, don't go there.
There's a lot of homework to that to joining that team.
We're not
Well,
going here.
we know that, she's not the smartest bulb in
Oh my
the
God, she can't
socket. So
Can't even say the Pledge of Allegiance. So
She's not the
She might
smartest
have to
handle.
submit her law school scores, and they're like, no.
yeah, I want to
We
know.
don't let
I
you
want to
in.
know about her law school grades. Yeah.
I wanna know more about whoever the ghostwriter for that book was, because like that was bad. That was
it was
really bad.
probably the same ghostwriter as Obama's, since he didn't write any of his books either.
It's like, but you didn't even fact check. Like they put in like this picture of you together with the lady, and in the text it was like, "This is my Nana," and it's like, that's the lady that cleaned your house. That's not your Nana.
Maybe, Nana.
Well, maybe her dad was, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right.
You know what?
Grandmother,
You
though.
know what? Who am I to judge? You could be completely right, and I'm just a bigot. I mean, I already was a bigot, but now I'm definitely a bigot.
But here's the thing: I don't dislike Kamala because of the color of her skin. I dislike her because she's a moron.
More. Honestly, that a lot of those autobiographies, I'm currently reading Melania's, and it's not good. Okay, it's not good. And we love Melania, and I read it because I wanted to see her whole life story and all that. It's a lot of fluff, and I don't know if she wrote it. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because you see behind the scenes, but it's not good.
It's like someone was talking about having a woman president. I'm like, I totally think there should be women who should be president. I just don't think Kamala
Not
or
her.
Hillary were those women.
No.
Because neither one of them were qualified or,
Right.
not evil.
But you can get a
Well,
medal.
there have been evil men presidents. I acknowledge that, but
Right.
I would prefer at least the first woman president not be evil.
Yes.
But
That's high expectations.
I know.
Not that hard. But apparently it is.
I mean, it's
Well-
she's still young. AOC might become president one day.
Look,
Wouldn't that be
Dear
great?
God.
Don't
She'll
even
have to
say
fight-
the universe.
She'll have to fight Buttigieg and Kamala for the nomination in 2028. Which I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I'm
Can
fucking
you
into
imagine
it.
Can you imagine JD Vance having a debate with any
Yes,
of them?
I can. Yes, I can. It'd be amazing.
Look, I'm just saying, all they have to do is just like get a pool and some bathing suits and fight for presidency in the pool. Like,
Ooh,
it would work though.
yeah.
Like, do you know how hard it is to do dirty fighting? It actually takes skill. Okay.
Well, they do think the Electoral College is racist, so maybe they should do pool swimming president choosing. I don't know.
Just
Everything
saying.
is racist to people who,
Well, nobody can agree what racism is right now anyway, because before it used to actually be about discrimination, but now it's
Right.
commenting on physical
Right.
differences, which I was like, that's not what that means.
Nope.
well, that guy, that Stephen A. Smith that's on ESPN.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay, Amy knows who I'm talking about. He's so racist. And he was bitching today because the black coach of the Patriots got fired. And ironically, the guy's last name is Mayo, which is kind of funny. But he's like, oh, he got fired because he's black. And why is it even
No,
called Black
no.
Monday? It's like,
No.
I'm sorry. Have you seen their record? Hello.
yeah. And it's everything is race with him. And somebody said, somebody actually said,
from the white coaches that got fired.
right. Oh,
Right,
we don't
that's
talk
not
about
racist.
that. We don't talk about that. And there's a reason why. What's his name? The guy that I can't think of his name now. The guy that stands up and does his sports show every day. He has more audience.
Oh, what Pat?
You know who I'm talking about?
Pat
Pat
McAfee?
McAfee. He has the biggest sports show, and it's on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
not on ESPN. He
Yeah.
has the biggest sports show because guess what? They don't talk about race. They don't talk about all the social shit. They just talk about sports,
Mhm.
So Stephen A. Smith, shut down. Just shut up and sit down, and you know.
You lost me at sport ball, but I trust you.
Like the bottom two are just like, yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
No, like,
ESPN
of
is
course.
full of racist people. The end.
Okay.
Oh,
I
for
believe
sure.
You.
For sure, because
In sports that are predominantly inhabited by minorities.
Which is most of them, but they're still oppressed. So I don't know.
They just
Well,
make
that's
us
like
the
the
money.
whole-
It's weird.
that's how I never understood Kaepernick wanting to come back to the NFL after he claiming it was like playing for slave owners.
Go
Well,
away.
then why would you want to go back there?
Right.
Oh, the money.
Oh.
Money.
Yeah, because pretty sure no slaves got paid multi-million-dollar contracts.
No.
obviously.
No, they didn't. And they didn't
No.
get a Nike contract, and they didn't get. No.
Even though they were a subpar.
He got
slave.
fired before that whole thing. Shh. Be
He
quiet.
sucked.
He did. He knew they were going to fire him, so he got political.
God, he was like Kenny Pickett bad.
They still have. I hate how they still have on the end zones and racism. I'm like, are we ever gonna?
They
Can
had
you
on
guys
their
stop?
helmets. It's like, come on, just stop.
It's not on. It's not me, dude.
There's a guy yesterday. He needed 5 yards, so he got 7, and he got
Oh.
$3 million.
I know.
Oh yeah, his bonus thing.
It's a black guy. Okay.
I think he
He's
got
not
it to
oppressed.
6.
Okay.
I think there
I
was
thought he
more
got
and
3.
6. Somebody else got 6 then.
Somebody else got.
Well, I
6.
know the
Oh, it's
news
the guy
celebrated
from the
his
Tampa
3.
Bay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Must be nice to have money thrown at you for playing a
Yeah.
game.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Tomsky, but I was glad the Chiefs lost there. I put it out there.
That sounds
they
like
didn't-
fighting words.
No, they didn't lose though because they weren't playing.
That's what I said. They didn't lose. You can't lose if you don't play.
Uh-uh.
That's just
I know.
pretend playing.
Right. I don't want to talk about football
True.
anymore.
Sorry, girls. They're like, what are we talking?
Uh,
One day
I'm
I'll
not-
understand
That
sport
actually
ball.
died in the
One day
middle
I
of
will. I'll have somebody like explain it to me like I'm 5 and show me like pictures and diagrams and stuff like that, and I'll like take notes.
That's okay.
I
I
have
don't
a lot
understand
to
comics.
say,
So when
but
y'all talk
I'm not gonna
comics, I'm
say it
like,
here.
uh-huh.
But it'll be hard because what they'll do is they'll convert me over to their team, and then I'll try and talk to you about that team, and you'll be like, "No, you're wrong." And I was like, "But it's a good team." You're like, "No, because it's got so and so on." It's like so and so. It's like, okay.
That's exactly right. She's exactly
You
right.
got it. And then you'll have an
Baseball's
opinion.
coming.
You'll have an opinion about colors of uniforms and stadiums and owners.
Yes, yes. Cheerleaders or no cheerleaders? No.
I was only in a stadium once, and I got kicked out of it with my dad.
I bet you did.
It was
That
Does
a
not surprise me. I don't
it
know.
was a baseball stadium, and we were doing what my dad called perching, right? He's like, "We're gonna perch somewhere," and I was like, "I don't know what that means, but if there's beer, I don't care, right?" Because that's just how it is. And so I was walking around with my dad with this beer, and the security guy comes over, and he's like, "You need to go back to your seats." And it was like, "There's nobody here." He's like, "Go back to your seats." Like, it was really ominous, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. But when we tried to go back to the stairs to go back to our seats, they're like, "You've already come down. You can't come back up." And I was like, "What? Where are we supposed to go?" And he was like, "You
What?
need to figure it out." And I was like, "I guess we're gonna leave." And so, but what was funny is my dad and I are like crotchety vets, right? Like, so after a while, we just get really cranky, right? And so we were trying to figure out what to do. And we realized like 2 of the security guards were following us. And we both had like this moment of like, do I really want to get like arrested today? Because like that's where this is going to go. And so we opted to like leave and walk out to like a bar and watch the rest of the game at the bar. So that's what we did. But yeah, we got kicked
No, it's
out.
probably better.
We got
Yeah.
kicked out for perching, which I didn't know.
Beer
it
was probably way cheaper.
Yeah.
It was
yeah, for
actually,
sure.
and they had nachos, and get this, they fucking had tacos
Uh-huh.
too.
That were
Oh.
$20. Yeah.
Fucking tacos. Fucking love tacos.
Baseball's coming though. It's coming.
So what sport is like all year? Is it football? But they have
No.
like so what are they
Baseball.
doing on Sunday?
Oh, baseball's from like February, March. That's to
It's
October.
spring sports.
Football's from August to January. NBA, I don't know. What
NBA's
what
long.
I ignore the NBA.
I don't know. Hockey is
Um,
October to June.
Oh, I do like hockey. I do like hockey.
hockey.
Yeah. Because at first, when I can't remember who it was somebody on Twitter. Because I said I just don't understand sports. It's like, you seem like a hockey person. I was like, I don't really know a lot of hockey, and so I watched the first game with the Stars in it. Bro,
I
like
feel like
skates up.
hockey's easier. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it was great because Guy like skated up and they're like, "Hey man, how are you gonna do in today's game?" He talked like half his teeth are gone. He's like, we're just gonna
Oh,
do
yeah.
our fucking best, man. We're gonna do our best, and yeah, we're just gonna do our best. Anyway, I gotta go, and so he just starts skating again.
Yeah.
And for me, like growing up in England, where we usually see like people when they're playing soccer/football over there, right? Like they trip and they start rolling around. And it's the end of the world, and they realize nobody's looking, so they get back up, right? No, man, these guys like slammed into each other, like throwing elbows.
These
and like
guys are on
hitting each other.
ice. Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
ice. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry about
rugby
that.
players are like that too, though. Or everyone,
Yeah,
how do you
they
know a rugby
are.
player? They got their nose sideways.
Rugby. Yes.
Yeah.
I love rugby. Yeah.
Yeah. What's really funny about that is at work, one of our vendors was like, "Come out to our event," and blah 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 blah. And so I was like, "Sure, I'll go out to your event." And they had like this little thing with like a Stars jersey on it. I was like, "Oh man, that'd be so cool if I could get." So I put my business card in it. Bitch, I got it. It's downstairs. It's downstairs. I'm ready. I don't know jack shit about hockey other than they don't got teeth, and I respect it.
My favorite player in the past was Steve Yzerman, and he's the general manager of the Red Wings, and he still has a missing tooth. The guy's got $1 bajillion, but he has never gotten
It's
that.
a badge of honor.
It's like
right?
a badge of honor.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that,
Yeah.
Because we love Steve.
It's like that with women and female soccer because like they get all like okay. So first off, men's soccer, female soccer, like women are like tackling each other and like parent break noses
yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking violent, right? Don't tell me women aren't violent. I've seen them in sports.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, they are.
But like they're like really proud of like all these scars and stuff that they have. So when people are like, "Do you ever think you're gonna do cosmetic surgery to remove that?" They're like, "Fuck you, and your mother."
Have you
Yeah.
heard? Sorry, there was this thing going around Twitter, but Russian, when you have the cool scars on your face, like the one that comes down over your eyebrows, then hits
Eyebrow,
your cheek,
yeah.
or the kind of side ones. There are Russians out there that are paying someone, getting anesthesia like wimps, and getting cosmetic scars. I'm like, what kind of loser Russians are you? The only anesthesia that I will accept is if you get super drunk with your buddies. Then you're like, well,
Right.
that's just drunk
You
Russian
fall
stuff.
down and hit a
They can just
lamppost.
drunk Russian all day long, but it's like, no, I'm sorry. It needs to be exactly perfect. Like, screw you, buddy.
No.
Loser.
No.
Join a dueling club like a man.
Or get in a bar fight with a broken bottle,
Yeah.
Go to war.
I mean,
like a
bar
man.
fight.
Yeah.
Bar fight. You just have to
Lie
pay
in
like
a
a table fee.
trench like your ancestors. Do something cool.
Get drunk and
Yeah, fall down.
pick a fight with somebody
get
else's.
drunk, make stupid decisions, and get a scar. Like most men.
Run your
I always
mouth.
like it. I always like it when people are like, "Did your tattoos hurt?" And I was like, "Nah, pumpkin, it tickled." Especially right here in the nerve cluster. Didn't
Oh, boy.
Yeah, people don't know what to say, so they say stuff. Oh, did it hurt? Like,
Duh.
duh. You're shooting ink, injecting ink into your.
Hence
know,
one
epidermal
reason I'm
layer.
never getting one.
I always tell them it doesn't hurt as much as you thinking it hurts. So
That sounds like a lie.
no, because it's like to be real, what happens is when you get like when they start like doing the ink and stuff like that, your adrenaline spikes in
Right,
your
yeah.
system and it like numbs everything for about 45 minutes. And most tattoos are done within like an hour, right? And so it's usually like the time after that when it's kind of doing like that radiating heat where it's just like, a bitch to deal with. But the only one that really hurt really bad was right here on my elbow because the skin's thin and he was doing it on the bone. That's where it hurt. And he was only there for, I kid you not, like 30 seconds. That was it.
Oh.
So
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
I've heard feet hurt. I don't have feet tattoos. If somebody in the chat has feet tattoos,
It feels like a cat scratching a sunburn.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
it's not that.
This one gal who I used to work with, she was maybe 19 years old, but she had a few tattoos, and she's like, "Want to see the most painful tattoo I ever had?" I'm like, "Sure, whatever." It was on the top of her foot. It was just a line that
Yeah, because the
she
skin
and her
is so
friend-
thin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said that she and her friend were at this party, and she's like, and her friend's like, I'm gonna give you a tattoo, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And they'd both been drinking and who knows what else, a lot. And she's like, so it's a hand done tattoo, and it's like an inch long line on her foot. And she's like, okay, you gotta stop though, that's too much. She's like, now I have it forever.
Yeah. I have never had, there's things that have been passionate about, like horses and knitting
Right.
and, there's a number of music stuff and whatever, but there's never been anything that I've cared enough about that I want to go through the pain and have it permanently on me, which says a lot because there's things I'm really,
You've
really
been through some stuff.
it's just not enough. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing.
Not my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I thought
Did I
about it,
Did I
but
tell you guys about the void stamp tattoo?
no, but tell us.
When I used to be a chef, like in there, like everybody's got tattoos. It's just the way of life. And I
Yep.
worked with this one guy, and he kept having like void like on his neck, right? And so, initially you don't ask questions until you like get to know them, and you kind of like, are you gonna be offended if I ask, like stuff like that. And so after about like 3 months, I finally asked. I was like, hey, not to be like weird, but like, what's up with the void stamps? And he was like, oh, well, these are all my ex-wives. And I was like, oh, that's impressive.
Yeah,
okay,
restaurant
cool.
tattoos are a thing. I used to cook. Yeah,
Yeah.
restaurant
Oh, yeah.
tattoos are a thing.
Yeah,
I
but
used
when he
to
started
work-
dating me when I was there, I handed him a Sharpie marker, and he's like, "What's this for?" It's like, I just want to save you some time so you can like write her name and wash it off later.
Where's not the
instead."
next one?
I have a feeling this one isn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy once who was married to another guy who I also worked with, which is a little weird. Working with married couple like that. But also he had another guy's name on his neck tattooed.
Oh.
And it took me like, you don't want to ask directly, like,
Right.
what's that about? But then it turned out that was the name of his son.
Oh.
And I found out who the mother of his son was when she came in with a matching tattoo.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, it was an interesting time.
Yeah.
And also the two dudes that were married had the same first name. So you had to
I remember you talking about them before.
yeah, so you had to figure out ways to
Mhm.
refer to them. Anyways,
I know I get a couple like that. Why do they have their first name?
I don't know, but this
that's so weird.
particular couple divorced, and one of them was a shoplifter.
Oh,
So-
Oh,
okay.
Hmm.
Anyways, that too much information, but
No, that was fantastic. I was
No,
here
it's
for it.
absolutely not. No, it's the perfect amount of information.
Anne
Yes.
could write a book about the stories about when she worked in that.
Oh
Please.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Definitely.
I will not currently continue, but there's some,
All right, somebody
there's
else
some
story
follow-up
time.
there. No, it's all good.
Story time. Somebody else go.
The only time I've ever considered, and this has been recently, I wanted to get one on my wrist. So my dad was amazing. He would change the words to songs, and he'd run around singing different words to songs. And so my favorite song when I was a teenager was "Who's Crying Now" by Journey. And so the refrain is "One love feeds the fire." Well, he used to sing it "One love pizza pie." And so I have thought about getting on my wrist "One love ... So then you could interpret whatever the next part was, But then somebody said, "Oh, that's like a Bob Marley song." And I was like, "Oh, you just ruined it." Because I don't want it to be a Bob Marley thing.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, nope, not going to do it.
It's got to
So
be the right one at the right time.
That's my story. Now, my youngest daughter, I got my dad's signature off of documents, and I had a bracelet made with his signature on it. She got a tattoo, with the
Ooh.
That's cool.
which is kind of cool. Yeah. And I thought about that, and then I'm like, yeah. I
Well,
want-
Joe's gonna get one drawn by her dad.
Yeah, I was about to ask,
She-
I wasn't able to catch last knit night, so I don't know if
Yeah, me
Joe
No,
had an
neither.
update.
he is not. Her kids keep reminding about it, but he has not drawn her the picture for her tattoo
Right.
yet.
I have friends that like say they're gonna draw tattoos for their friends, and so like I have to tell them, it's like, okay, look, when you're drawing these tattoos, you have to do it in this particular font and blah blah blah. And keep in mind this like super detailed work you're thinking about doing, it's gonna fade in like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's always fun. That's why I got them this way, because like black ink in this style doesn't fade very fast, and so like this one I've had for like 20 years. So
Yeah,
But
no,
I also don't want, like, I've looked at on Pinterest, you see like floral tattoos that are like, I don't know how to say, like delicate and like sketch drawings, and they're very
Yeah.
light colors, and I like those. I don't like the darker ones, just for me.
Yeah.
My niece has one that is a white outlined as opposed to a black outlined,
Okay.
and that it's a koi fish, so it's kind of cool.
Oh,
That
okay.
is cool.
Yeah.
oh,
It wasn't for the rest of the family because my husband's family, they don't do tattoos because their
Yeah.
religion.
yeah.
So that was fun, and of course she got it on her wrist, so it would be seen all the time.
Mhm.
My
So
we
that
my
was
don't
fun.
do
dad had
tattoos
a-
either, but I don't care if you do one.
Well, I know, but in my husband's
Yeah.
family, it's always been kind of a
Well,
hit or
it's
miss
not
thing.
Yeah,
it's
they're
her arm, not theirs.
Well, I know that, but
It
a
was
lot of
funny because
religions
go
I
on,
know.
sorry.
said several religions don't do tattoos.
Right.
No, they don't.
No.
For the longest time, my dad was very anti-tattoo, and he thought people that got them were dumb. And then I came home with like 3, right? And so he didn't say that as much. But when he realized I wasn't gonna have a hissy fit about it, it was okay. But what floored me is when he got together with his current wife, he was like, "Hey, you want to see something?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He showed me a picture of a back piece he got, and I was like, "Who are you?" Yeah, no, he got a whole back piece done, and it was
wow.
it's very beautiful. But it was just this thing because he's got 2 tattoos. He's got one that's Morse code right here, so it means something particular for him. And then he's got one that involves like him and his wife. And so I was like, oh man, it's gonna be, you better stay together. Like,
Yeah.
It looks super cool. It's super, super cool.
The
I don't want
craziest
to have
one I ever
Sylvester
saw.
Stallone-ish and it becomes a dog later.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, you can change them. Yeah. The craziest one I ever saw when we lived in Pennsylvania, there was a guy, he was a bartender at a place we used to go to, and he was a big Steelers fan. And he had a back tattoo, and it took him like years to get it finished, of Three River Stadium. And then they tore it down. And I'm like, oh, dude, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him for probably 20 years, but I'm wondering what his thoughts are about that, because they tore it down and put up another stadium. So now you have a back tattoo of a place that doesn't exist.
You know what? It lives with him. He carries
Yeah,
it
but
with
that's
him.
kind of cool at the same time because it's like, hey, this is the stadium I.
Yeah, but I don't know if he finished it in time. You know what I mean? Like, I
Oh.
don't know if it was finished before they tore it down or not. I don't know. So it's like, oh, I wonder. I hope so,
Mhm.
Otherwise, that would suck. Like, I'm in the middle of getting a tattoo and they tore the place down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his tattoo could be the memory of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway.
people do be crazy.
People are all kinds, and that's how the world works.
Yup.
And you just have to either accept them or avoid them.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yup.
And though they do make good entertainment on YouTube, I've got to admit, the cop cams and the court stuff. It's like this woman was arguing a traffic ticket. She got pulled over for speeding. She claimed she said she didn't know she was speeding, and when he pulled her over, he said, "Oh, the car's not insured." Well, it's not my car. I was unaware that that the insurance had expired. She had borrowed it from a friend. And the cop's like, well, that doesn't matter whether or not you were unaware. You said you were unaware you were speeding, but you were speeding. He clocked you. And she goes, but I don't understand. I was unaware about the insurance. So how can I be blamed for that? He goes, because you drove the car. He's like, you drove a car and it didn't have insurance. And whether or not it's your car and whether or not you knew, you're still responsible.
Mhm.
And she must have said like 15 times, but I was unaware.
Ignorance
Finally,
is not an offense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, he told her the fines and hung up on her.
That's like saying you're
That's-
eating a donut is 0 calorie, and you're like, no, that donut does have calories. Like, no, see, I don't think it has calories. I was like,
No.
okay, like it
I didn't
does.
read the label. Yeah. I don't know.
You know, this isn't a thing
Unaware.
where you can reject your reality and replace it with a different one. Like it doesn't work
No.
that way.
No.
Yeah, well, he explained reality to her too. He said just
Yeah.
because,
I just don't
But-
know. What are you talking about? No.
it's like the ones who, who are drunk and they get in an accident or whatever. Like this one, the guy's dogs ran away and one of them showed up at the police department. So they called him to come pick up the one dog. He come to pick it up drunk. And the cop's like, did you drive here?
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, did you drink? Oh, no. It's like, I think you were drinking because I can smell the alcohol from here.
Mhm.
Instead of getting his dog to take it home, he got a drunk driving charge.
Oh no.
It's like, dude, if you're going to the police station, don't go to the police station
Don't go to
drunk.
the police station.
You know, just don't. It's not a good idea. And don't drive drunk and get in accidents.
Don't
And
drive
this,
drunk. Just don't
you
do
know,
it.
People get hurt, and it's usually not you. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's,
Or you can get
you
2
know,
for 1 deal and it's them and you. Oh man. Can't wait for that.
yeah. Or, just don't be stupid like that. And then they argue with the cops, like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I'm not resisting, and yet they're trying to pull away and run away. Like that's the very definition of resisting.
Yeah.
Like not complying is resisting. No, it's not. And I love when they tell them they're under arrest and they say, no, I'm not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think that decision's yours to make. Kind
I
of think that they determine that, not you.
I saw some today that were teenagers being belligerent with cops, and that makes me sad because we're raising a generation of people who can't handle consequences for their actions.
Oh, some of them just go off and like
yeah.
like screaming banshees and fighting and yelling
Mhm.
and kicking and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, did you graduate kindergarten? Because you're meant.
Bring your
pretty
parents
sure you.
here because they need to be
Well,
arrested.
the worst part is when they bring the parent and the parent defends them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like this one girl, she got caught shoplifting at her work. I can't remember. Might have been at Walmart or Target for a
At
couple
work?
grand.
At work.
Yeah.
They
Her
got
work, she was
cameras,
stealing
bitch.
from the cashier.
You
Yeah.
have to check in. They know you're there.
Yeah.
Well, she called her mom to tell her. They let her call her mom. First thing, she's answering her mom. No, 2 of them are black and 1 of them was white. And she was a black girl. So the mom was going to try and say it was racism.
Mhm.
The cops. And she's like, oh, I didn't mean anything by it. And the cop's like, I didn't take anything by it. You're still under arrest. Like, and they don't care. It's like they rob from their employees because, they need money. Well, everybody needs money. We don't.
Right.
And the stupid shoplifters are the best because evidently they don't know that there's cameras in Walmart, and I'm not sure how anybody could not know that there are cameras in Walmart because there's cameras in Walmart, and they like I didn't do that. It's on video. Well, I didn't do it, but
No.
That's not me.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
a lot like you. Like it's literally, it's like look, like it's like we have a full face picture. No, that's not me.
It's not me.
yeah,
No.
yeah. This in the one court, the girl was evading police. She didn't pull over when they tried to stop her and was speeding. And when she did pull over, she got out of the car. The police watched her get out of the car, right? And she's in front of the judge at her arraignment, and she said, "No, that I wasn't driving." And the judge looked at the prosecutor. He's like, "Do you have video?" "Yes, we have police cam video of her getting out of the car, out of the driver's side." It's like, really? Are you that naive.
The only time that would work is if you're like a identical twin,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
There
can
was that-
prove. You
You're-
can prove it wasn't me.
Yeah, you're
There
talking
was
about
one
Go on.
a couple years ago where in Pennsylvania or Ohio where the woman hit an Amish family.
Mhm.
She was
Oh,
speeding and she had warrants and she called her identical twin to come and pretend to be her, saying that
Oh
she
my
was the one who was driving.
Wow.
But like idiots, they didn't think the police would check their messages, and the messages got the whole, hey,
Yeah.
can you come down here? Because yeah. So they both got arrested and sent away for several years because they
Oh,
killed
that's-
she killed two of the kids in the buggy.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And she was drunk and had warrants and just thought, well, I'll have my identical twin sister come, and
Oof.
that didn't work out
I
too
hate
well
that.
for her.
I hate that. I lived in Pennsylvania. I lived in Mechanicsburg, which is outside of Harrisburg. And I would have to drive. Well, my daughter went to school in Kutztown, and it's all Amish country on the eastern part. And I would drive through Lancaster or drive, and I was terrified at night because you come over these hills, there's hills and there's dark spots and there's no
Mhm.
lights and everything. And you come over a hill and there's a buggy, I was terrified that I was going to hit a buggy because it happens. It happens a couple times a
Yeah,
year.
because they don't have lights on them now. I
Right.
think they
They have
now I think they make them.
they have a reflector.
Now I
Um,
think they make them put some kind of light on them of some.
At
kind.
least a reflector should
Yeah.
They
be
used
on
to
there.
have a reflector triangle thing, but you come over a hill,
Yeah, you're going
and they're
fast.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was terrified every time I would go. I can't imagine hitting a buggy.
No,
I don't
Yeah.
want
The
to
bank
find out.
I-
Let's make that a goal that we all do together. No buggy
Yeah,
hitting.
nobody.
No,
The bank-
hit
the
buggy.
bank I worked for, we got bought out by a bank in Pennsylvania, and we would have to go to meetings. And it was funny. You'd go to the branches and see the Amish come to the drive-through in
Yep,
the buggy.
yep.
That's a
Oh
That
yeah,
was always-
that was every day. Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
I had my fun consequence story actually involved a video that went viral.
Of
And it was like these two punks in a gym, and they went over to like this one guy who was definitely like he was on the muscular side, right? And so they were fucking around. They took his hat off his head, and he was like, "Hey, give me back my hat," right?
Oh boy.
And so they were doing that thing where they were like, "Aha!" and like pulling it back, right?
What are
so-
they, 12?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how
Taking
old they
people
were,
away? What? Yeah.
but what happened is he was like, "I said, give me back my hat," and they started to do the thing again. So he slapped the guy, and he's like, "Give me my fucking hat," right? And so then the internet had this debate that was kind of like, should he have slapped him? And I was like, man, I would have like fucking
I'd have
punched him.
knocked him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he stole my shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I was kind of like, I saw that, and I was like, no, like I think that really does need to happen a little bit more because I mean,
Mhm.
like this
Mhm.
whole like pampered thing that we've done with people, like it's
Mhm.
manifesting into like some craziness, right down to the fact that you can't talk to somebody who's under the age of 22 right now without having to do a meme reference. That's crazy.
Mhm.
A what reference?
A meme.
Oh, meme reference.
Yeah.
There used to be a time where that was a given. If somebody stole your shit, stole your hat, whatever, you'd go after them. That used to be a thing. But now we have to think about why they did it. And we have to think about their homes.
Their mental health and their
we have
home
to-
life, and
No. If you steal my hat, I'm going to punch you in the face. Period. That used to be a thing. And guess what? The guy would never steal anybody else's hat again.
Nope.
Wow, what
now-
magic.
We have to
yeah, the
care
court
about-
cases. It's like there was one where the defense was all about, the guy, he needed this and this would help him and blah blah blah. He was a child predator, and it's like, wait a minute, you're not sentencing him to help him. You're sentencing him to punish him for what he did.
Right.
And he's not going to rehabilitate. So let's not worry about his traumatic childhood.
No.
Let's not worry about this or whatever. Let's worry about the fact that he took advantage of a child and he should be punished.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
he was an adult. The child was not, period.
Yeah, but you can't do that now. Now you have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
And
don't.
everyone who gets arrested has anxiety. Well, duh, you just,
Well,
especially
I
the
am
shoplifters.
arrested.
watching
It's like-
you, so shut
It's
up.
like the ones who get, in the car chases or the shoplifting immediately. I have anxiety. Well, duh, you were just committing a crime. Generally, that means you're,
Everybody has anxiety.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Wait, can I like go after the tractor and then like cite
Yes.
that I've got like a mental disorder and like I won't get in trouble?
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
what I'm hearing?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh
We
man,
can
you know what?
blame
It's
it
even
on-
better because I have actual diagnosis. They can't
It
say
ain't
me
my
that.
fault.
Well,
It
a
ain't
lot
my
of these people, once they get to jail or whatever, their lawyers get them, diagnosed with everything under the sun that they never had before.
Right.
Oh, I have PTSD, I have anger issues, I have borderline personality. It's like, when was your diagnosis? Oh, after you're drunk driving when you killed somebody. I see.
How do you?
I
how
see
do
how
you
that goes.
explain? How do you explain all the people in the Walmart or whatever parking lots with their
Wait, you can stop right there.
their hint? What?
How do you explain all the people in the Walmart parking lot? Just
Okay. Okay.
Done.
Stop.
done.
The end. Okay. You got me. But no, the ones. It doesn't. Walmart, whatever. They're in the handicap spots. Okay. And they have handicap placards because they have anxiety or they have PTSD or they have this or that. What part? I understand people have PTSD when they're in war, if they're domestic violence, whatever. How does that preclude you from walking 50 feet to the Walmart door?
They would probably cite that some kind of agoraphobia thing, so they get stressed out by being outside. And
Well,
in
then-
that case, like here's the thing that makes it better. Walmart delivers.
Yes. Or you can
Yes.
drive up and they will get your stuff and bring it to you. Yeah. So meanwhile, the people who actually, like my husband has mobility issues and he has to park way down there because somebody who has social anxiety is parking in this spot,
Yeah. Well, my husband finally got his placard, so he can park.
Well, we have a placard, but sometimes it's all full.
There's no
with people
spaces. Oh, I
who
know.
are
There's no
mentally
spaces.
Whatever. Yeah.
I know, but it just cracks me up because they're like, oh, well, judge, I think, if you put him on deferred probation, this would help his mental health get classes and stuff. And the one judge, she'll look at the record. She's like, I don't think they're a good candidate for that.
Oh, good.
And just sends them to jail. Like, especially if they've had anything to do with children. She's like, you know what? You're not
No,
a very
we
good
don't do-
candidate for probation. So we're just going to skip that.
No, we don't do children.
Yeah. This one judge, anything involving children, like, they're going to jail. Like, there's no question.
Good, as it should
We
She
need
be.
to have more of those.
Yeah.
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 And I'm
Like
not
the
just
same where
talking
they're-
about, I'm not talking just
Like,
sexual
maybe
stuff, but
Thoughts and feelings, like no, straight to the flame thrower with you. Just go.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much anytime a child's hurt, like, and she
No.
won't even let them call their children kids because she'll tell them kids are baby goats.
Mm.
They're your
Ooh,
children. And they deserve respect. And like, she'll tell the ones who are bad parents, who are druggies, who are, in and out, like,
Yeah.
they don't have custody. She'll tell them, if you're not going to straighten yourself out and be a parent, don't
Then
be back in
let
your kids' lives.
go. Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
she's seen some things because she was a judge, and before that she was a defense attorney, and then a prosecutor. So she's been on
I
all
would
sides.
love to
and
see
seen a few.
all of the
She's
country
nice,
have
man.
that type of judges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
She's
too
from
many
Louisiana.
are letting people out.
Oh, really?
and look what happens.
Yeah. She's in Texas. It's Bexar
Oh,
County, Texas, but she was born and raised in Louisiana. She just
Isn't
went to
that
college
black
in
lady?
Texas.
Oh, well.
With the
Yeah,
short
Judge
hair?
Boyd. Yeah,
Oh,
Judge Boyd.
yeah. I like her.
Yeah. I like her and the one in Michigan, Judge Simpson, because he didn't take any crap, especially
Oh,
from the
yeah.
sovereign
Oh,
citizens.
no, I
Yeah.
love him. I'm proud to
And
have him
I
here.
love his bailiff, Mr. Allen.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Mr. Allen. It's like, someone's getting arrested because he'll just look over and just say, Mr. Allen, and he'll walk over behind him,
Yeah.
and they're going to jail. And a couple of the people that know it too I've seen a couple people in the court realize that's what's happening to him too, because they've watched him on TV and they know. And when he sends the bailiff over, it's not going to be good for them. This guy drove to court with his victim of his domestic assault, who there was a no contact order for before he was getting sentenced. And he came to court with her, drove her, and sat with her.
Mm.
And the judge is like, do you not know what a no contact means? Like, it means you can't, like, have contact.
Yeah.
And these
Well,
two
did-
sisters, they came
did
to
he-
court together.
Did he just take her, or did she willingly go with him? I know willingly,
Well,
but did she-
Well, I think he had he had convinced her that she had to go with him and recant.
Yeah.
That and
Basically thought
he
the rules
called.
didn't apply to him, which is why he's
Yeah.
in court to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, and the one prosecutor there, she won't take she listens to all their jail calls, and if any of them have been called trying to influence a witness, she will get right out there and say, he made 80 calls to the victim, and I didn't listen to them all, but I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to be doing that. And these two sisters came to court together because they were both involved in the same brawl where they beat an elderly person up. And they weren't supposed to have any contact because they didn't live together. And the one's mom picked them both up and brought them to court. And the judge and the bailiff realized, and the judge's like, you came to court with your sister. Well, my mom picked me up. Did you not? Who got picked up first? She did. So you saw her in the car and you still got in the car to come to court, even though you're not supposed to have any contact with her. Well, yeah, the reading comprehension skills are clearly not working on these people because they have no idea what they've,
No,
it's just they don't care.
This is
when
in
I was
Detroit, right?
Yeah, when I was in the military,
Yeah.
in a military base, and we had these two enlisted people, and it was a couple, and I'm not I don't say this lightly, but the lady was definitely trailer trash. That was involved with it, and she was the one that put the no contact order on her boyfriend, right? And then I was friends with her boyfriend, not in a kind of we were romantically seeing each other. We played D&D together, right? That was my relationship. And at one point, we were playing D&D, and she just showed up and started asking him questions, and I was kind of and the only reason I knew there was no contact order is because I do admin. I did military admin, so basically anything that was your business, I knew about, right? I was the Gossip magazine. You could have pointed to somebody and been like, "What's their dirt?" And I was like, "Oh man, let me tell you," right? But so she came in and started asking questions and left. And I was like, "Don't you two have a no contact order?" And he was like, "Yeah, but she keeps coming over." I was like, why are you
need
dumb?
to call the cops
yeah.
when that
she's not
happens.
supposed to come
That
talk
is
to
a
you.
her thing, definitely.
Yeah, I
Just
remember.
not open the door.
Yeah, and it was the no contact was actually because she had taken an ashtray and smashed it against his face, right?
Oh.
This was a serious thing, and then she just kept showing up, and I was and then they got married later, and I was like, what is going on?
Of course.
Yeah, I
but-
saw one where the guy he was at court and they'd had a no contact, and the woman came asking the court to change the no contact, and she claimed that he had not done what he did, but it was mainly because she needed help because her mother had died and she needed him with the kids and other things, and the judge wasn't buying it. And the judge is like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable with that. And the poor woman, he pressured her into trying to get the no contact and say that he had never done anything. And the judge read out the police report. And she said, "These were your words to the police. Are you telling me that he did not do these things to you?" And she's like, "Oh, no, it never happened. He's a great guy." And the judge is like, "You know what? No, we're not doing that." And you could
Well, that's
see
definitely
how
that's definitely
afraid
a
the
big
woman
thing
was.
that happens too. So
Yeah. It's but some of them don't realize their jailhouse calls are being recorded.
Yeah, there's just
Despite the fact it says despite the fact it says your jailhouse calls are being recorded. Who knew?
Well, that reading comprehension, that's
Yeah. Well,
I
in
mean,
the
that's
shop,
there's a security guard that's that sign's just to scare you. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
There's one guy that's
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's
Did you see that thing I got this week that I posted that I got on the form for the stitch stoppers? I got a submission to the form that basically, because I have a stitch stopper set that says "freak in the sheets" with spreadsheets on it, and they actually took the time to fill out my form and send me the only thing they filled out was they sent a message that said, "Oh, it's okay to have freak in the sheets, but you don't have my body, my choice, or abortion is healthcare." And I was just like, and I posted it. And
spreadsheet, you idiot.
I'm like, it's about spreadsheets. B,
And you're count as
I'm like,
pro-life knitter.
it's called pro-life knitter. Why would you think that? And so I was like, look,
You're
I know
sitting here I don't care what you do. I just don't want there to be abortions.
They're so
like,
bold. They're
I
so
mean,
bold with their.
that is like going to like Catholics shop R Us and being like, "Yo, you got any of those menorahs in there?" I mean, you just no. Just
There was
no.
a podcast that got taken off of Spotify. It was a Catholic podcast, and like they removed us because of our pro-life things. And I was kind of like, okay, so like Spotify, like stop, because like it's a Catholic podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I was like, so this person filled out the form. I'm like, and then left everything blank. I'm like, dude, like you filled out a form on the internet. I can
Mhm.
find you if I want to.
Was it the same person who didn't like Tina's yarn
Yeah, probably.
or yarn
Screw that
maze?
person.
It was no, because that would no, they would agree with the pro life that stance. I
Well,
would
Caro, I will say, I'm not surprised by that at Spotify because there is a big pro-choice Catholic movement going on right now,
yes, which is disgusting.
and so I'm not surprised that
Yeah.
that's happening.
It's almost
Which
like they don't
boggles
listen to
my
what the book that they use says.
Again,
How
it
odd.
must be because reading comprehension is difficult. That must be
failed
what the whole
we failed
problem
everyone.
is.
I know we've all been like working with kids at some point. We failed them by not teaching them what words mean. I'm really sorry, guys.
Right.
This is somehow my fault.
Like, yeah, I mean, sorry. I taught them the alphabet. I couldn't help what happened after that,
Yeah,
So-
I just people are
'cause
just
I think people can read. I think it's the comprehending part. That's
well, they
so-
can't even
Not
talk to each other.
totally
So reading.
What's that?
I was
Ann?
about to say, not to totally interrupt, but Amy, you're wearing like a sweater.
I am. Yes,
it's
that's
her
right,
one
you
day
came
of the
late.
year.
That's right, you came late. My one time of year to wear my flax sweater that's too big.
I see her weather, and I'm like, Amy can wear her sweater. Oh, I'm all excited for her.
Nice.
Me, not so much. I'm like,
In fact, I took to Facebook today and I was like, hey, I opened my drawer that I only open like twice a year. And I have way too many shawls and scarves. Like, I'm not going to use all these. Would
There's
anybody
no
Yay.
such thing as too many
want
shawls.
them? So, like, I already brought one to the neighbor.
Deal of the century.
Yeah,
Exactly,
Tina.
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 Exactly.
So I brought one to the neighbor and I brought, yay. That's
Thanks
okay.
for the babies.
You said the calendars, BS. That was the most important thing right there.
Speaking of, I should be. Hang on, I need to get my for the baby's blanket that I still
Oh.
haven't
For the
finished
babies.
from the
Yes,
Let
I
Them
am
Live
still
thing.
always
My hat.
thinking
I
blankets,
stole my
baby
hat.
stuff.
I'm gonna make
I
more
still-
hats.
I still haven't finished my blanket either, Amy.
That's
my
okay.
hands won't let me. I've got to send you the crocheted one I did though.
The babies will keep on a coming.
Babies.
See, I have,
And that's
I
a good
have other
thing.
Things that
Yes.
are done, but this is the one that killed my hands. But you won, Knit Long
For
and
the
Prosper.
baby.
Winner,
I
winner,
know.
chicken dinner.
I know.
I have to send you a box, so it makes sense if I sent you all the things at once.
That's why I haven't sent stuff because I'm going to the post office
I
once
know.
and getting it all done.
Yeah,
I'm trying to stockpile stuff because
and that's
because
totally fine.
shipping
Because, like,
is.
honestly, I had enough of a pile that the next round of bags that we send out should be fine. Plus the packages that I send, which I am behind on again as usual.
That's okay.
But I think we have so I'm looking for fall of next year. Really, is
Okay.
where the inventory would
Oh, good.
be not good if people didn't send me more stuff. So
Okay.
I just
we've rounded
It's
up
always
some
so-
extra crafty people from donors who are already donors, and they knit,
Mhm.
crochet, and sew. So
so cool. Yeah, there's such a line at any post office I go to that I
Mhm.
try to go to the least amount of time. If I gotta wait in line 45 minutes
y'all
to an
don't
hour.
have they come get your mail.
Well, I could do that, but my scale's not that accurate, and
I live in a
Oh.
small town, and
Oh.
and they charge for it. So
What?
Yeah.
But they're bringing you your mail.
if
okay.
they charge for pickup.
I mean, and the mail lady told me if you don't have mail coming to you, they do not have to stop at your house. But
Yeah, no.
rule of law is they
They-
usually do. But what?
And they wonder
Well,
why
we
they're
don't
losing
have a
money
mailbox
every
at our
14
house.
years.
We have a mailbox on the street that's got everybody's mailboxes on it.
Oh.
So yeah, they charge to
wonder if
come to
Have
people
your
a thing
home.
where you have to go to the whole bank of mailboxes, and
Yeah,
Then
Like,
if
I
you,
know-
I mean, I guess I could stand
they
there
would-
when they're coming and hand it to them.
Because normally they put a thing in there that says this: you have a piece of mail that is too large for your box. You need to come pick it up.
No,
No,
if it's too
ours-
big, my mailman will drop it off at the house usually,
right.
just to get it off his truck.
right.
Oh.
But
That's what ours-
if it won't fit in the box, but to
Uh-huh.
get them to come pick up, there's a fee.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
So
Well, that
I only
sucks.
go to the post office, and the UPS store charges too much now. They used to be on par with the post office, but,
But
now
if
they're
you
too much.
if you print
Pirate
your
ship.
pirate ship and you use UPS,
Pirate
you
ship,
just go
yeah.
drop them off
Yeah.
at the UPS store.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know. I have to get a better scale because mine's
So-
not that accurate.
This is for
Well,
What
I
you
use
found
it, mine's small enough. Everything I send is small enough to be a food scale, or as long as I can rest it on there, it converts it to the pounds, whatever. So
Yeah.
I've shipped up to pretty decent sized stuff just from home. But
Well,
my
I
food
found out
scale-
when I mailed that package to Yorkshire last year, my
Oh, well,
scale was
that's-
way
Sure.
off.
Oh, we
That-
all
that-
did. Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was. I don't think you could have prepared for how to properly.
No,
Even though we
it was-
tried, we had,
Can I just say that knitted items make the great packing material? I found stuff
say
that's
that my package was the one with the glitter, and
yeah.
yeah, he's still cursing you over that.
that's okay.
Isn't it?
I'm glad.
And-
I'm happy. Yes. I'll do it
When
again.
when I got that, and I like, oh crap, he's gonna kill her because of the
I know.
glitter.
I know he's so pissed, and I'm like, I'm
It's the only
dying.
bag I had.
I'm dying to do it at his new house, and now his new house can have glitter.
I know.
Was it like regular glitter or micro glitter? That's the
It
question.
was on a card. I didn't even
Yeah.
add glitter, which I might do next time.
You should do
It was
that
on a
micro glitter.
card.
Confetti.
No, confetti, little teeny
Confetti.
tiny penises.
Yes.
Little penis confettis.
Yes.
Yes.
He's not going to give me his address. You know that.
We'll
right?
find it.
We'll
You don't
find it.
understand. We're tenacious.
Yeah, I don't have the new one, so
We'll
Yes.
get it. We'll get it.
he hasn't
get
he
it.
hasn't updated our address books yet,
I know.
and he
'cause
probably won't.
he's afraid he doesn't want glitter. He keeps.
I don't
bitching
know
about it.
why he decorated with his gifts. He wears them. He should be
You
thankful
have
that the knitters love him.
glitter, don't you? Come on, dude.
Joe could probably find it out.
Oh, she will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, peeps, I'm starving.
Go eat.
Okay.
It's
Go
gonna
eat.
be
Enjoy your
it'd be 8
salmon.
o'clock here.
Go enjoy your
Stay
salmon.
warm. Stay warm.
Peace out. Catch
Bye.
you
Stay
on the
warm.
webs.
Bye.
Bye.
I know Amy in a sweater. It just threw me because when she popped on originally, she had a hat on too, and it's like and a shawl.
I'm still wearing a hat because
That's what Neil needs to do. He needs to wear a hat. That'll keep him warmer since he's freezing.
where I'm at feels like what? Feels like what?
My grandmother always wore a hat. She even slept in a hat because she was cold all the time.
Feels like 8. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat.
I usually have a baseball hat, but it's always kind of weird to wear those
Oh,
when
I have
I'm
a
on stream,
baseball
so I
hat.
don't.
Here.
I got a new baseball
I
hat.
got a
It's
baseball hat. Hold on.
I like your hat, and like that
Hold
hat.
on. I got a hat. Hold on.
Pretty cool. Pretty
You see
neat.
it.
I have a hat, but it's not anywhere near me, so I'm not going to go get it.
There we go.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see it.
There you go.
That's a pretty good hat.
Perfect.
Pretty good hat. Happy January 6th, people.
Happy January 6th.
Yep.
It's
I
been a
just-
good one.
Go do your dance.
Merry Christmas to our Orthodox friends
What
tomorrow.
a day. What a day it was.
It's a good
So
day. I
I'm
got a
just
new-
glad nothing stopped it from going through.
Yes.
that would have been
Yeah,
funny.
that
I
was
was watching
kind of
and waiting.
Surprising. Yeah.
I was waiting for shenanigans.
It's
I was
amazing how
kind of-
nobody showed up to the building either. I was like, kind of like, oh man, what happens if people show up? Like nothing happened.
Nobody wants to rape AOC. Come on. What are you doing? Jesus.
Yeah, I was in fear for my life. You weren't even in the building, chick. We know.
We're a block away.
You weren't
but
even. You were a block away. No one was coming after you.
Don't make me a martini, please. Ugh.
And now Pelosi going around with her walker after she fell and broke
Yeah.
her hip.
Yeah, okay. Did she though? Because I feel like she broke her hip, 2 weeks ago, and now she's walking around like that seems a little.
I've never broken my hip, so I can't.
She's probably had so much. She's probably had so much alcoholic intervention. She doesn't feel anything.
She's living on Tito's and whatever.
Yeah, the turtle isn't looking too good either.
Turtle looks
He is
like
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, turtle should go.
Term
Should've
limits.
gone.
We've been screaming that
Yeah.
for 20 years. Yeah.
Term limits and no making big bucks while you're in Congress or president.
Yeah,
None of this.
it started
I go in.
fading.
None of this. I was so poor I had to sleep in my office because I couldn't afford an apartment.
Okay.
And then 2 years later, you just bought a beach house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
God, what a disappointment. Well,
kind
whatever.
of crazy.
I'm looking forward to the rest of these project audits that they're doing. I don't know if you've heard about that. Yeah, like they've been looking into like where they've been spending the government money.
Oh,
like,
Doge.
yeah. So Doge. So like my favorite one so far was like the $3 million study to see what alcohol gets butterflies more drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, so like if you're
Bye,
gonna
Tina. Be safe.
Hi,
If you-
Tina.
if you're gonna do a bribe, like
Grocery shopping at 9:00 at night. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna do a bribe or something like that, like find something that's a bit more believable. Like people are gonna ask questions when it's a $3 million study about drunk butterflies.
Right. No, but
But nobody did before it went through, evidently. So, you know.
I don't think people were paying attention. It's so crazy because like I don't know if I told you, but like at one point like I got special orders when I was in the military, right? And I was like, oh man, special orders. I'm like an E2, so like I'm like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and dumb as fuck, right? And so they put me in this van to go to an unnamed location, and I'm like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just kind of like I'm prepping for it. Like I know they're gonna brief me. I don't, I feel like I'm almost like in some kind of action movie. So where they take me is the Narita Airport out in Japan. And what I'm doing at the Narita Airport is I'm going over to Air Force One to pick up the Secretary of Defense's luggage. All right. So I want to let you know at that point I was getting paid $40,000 a year. Okay, so your tax dollars for me to get paid $40,000 a year involved me having to pick up luggage, and not just the secretary's luggage, but also Secret Service luggage. Now I gotta tell you something about Secret Service. They have a fuck ton of shit. It's heavy, right? So I got it and I put it all into the van. We drove over to the hotel that he was staying at, and you would think that he would stay at the American Embassy, but no, they don't do that. They go to a different hotel, and they don't just have a room in the hotel. They don't just have a floor in the hotel. They actually have 3 floors in the hotel because the political official will have the entire floor. Like nobody else can have those rooms. And then they'll have the ones above and below it, right? So, and then they'll make sure that the elevator is turned off so nobody can get on those floors. And it's not in the penthouse, so that's kind of a plus, right?
Okay.
But obviously, when you're carrying the luggage for Secretary of Defense and for all of Secret Service, you don't get to use the elevator. You have to take the stairs, and they're never on the 3rd floor. They're never on an easy floor. They're usually like on floor like I don't know, above 10. We'll say it that way, right? And that's what I spent my super secret mission doing, carrying luggage up the stairs, and then realizing like where my tax dollars were really going. Because I was like, because he didn't pay for that. You all paid for that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if it's the same one. Yeah. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, her husband is Navy. He was a submarine captain. He's an admiral now. And at some point he worked for Rumsfeld. And so there's a lot of stories, and normal people don't realize what goes on in your government, military, whatever. And it's nothing like your regular life. Like we're paying for it, but you don't understand what's going on. It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy.
I get really upset with the people that basically go and have the fancy dinners at like super
Mhm.
expensive restaurants, they walk out, they have to pay like $500 for like that steak, wine, and cognac
Yeah.
and whatever, right? But those are also the same people that like vote down like food stamps and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah, because they're the special people.
yeah, it's okay
Well,
when I
just
spend
like
money on my
COVID.
food.
Just like COVID, I mean, I'm in Michigan, and we were not allowed to buy seeds, and we were not allowed to buy, whatever, this and that, American flags, and you can't do this, you can't do that. But meanwhile, the governor, she's living the high life,
Well, of course, because
and that was
they're special.
California, and that was New York, and that was, but you minions, you plebes, caste system people.
For people who claim that they wanted to save grandma, they were sure killing a lot of grandmas in nursing homes.
Oh, Gretch hated grandma.
Wasn't just Gretchen, it was Cuomo too.
Gretch and Cuomo and California, yeah.
Jersey too. I forget
Mhm.
his name.
Oh, the fat fuck, yeah.
Was it Christie or was it after Christie? It was after Christie.
Was it after Crispy? Okay, well,
Yeah,
he's
because
still
he had already run for president.
okay. Well, Krispy Kreme was still, but he was still involved, I think.
I don't
I
know
feel
why I
like
loved
he
you
was
calling it
still-
Krispy Kreme.
What's that?
I said I loved you calling it Krispy Kreme.
Well, have you seen him? Yeah.
Not lately, no.
Well,
Lucky you.
you don't have to. Okay. Yeah, he's still.
I will have to
Large.
go here pretty soon because it came close to my bedtime.
Yeah, we've been on a couple hours and we were on a long time on Friday.
2 hours. We were 3 hours Friday, so.
Yeah,
3 hours
and
of
then we talked-
fun.
it was enjoyable watching Jo go through all her notions bags and finding all the things.
I have to go back
All
and
the
see.
things.
Seen anybody with 27 stitch holders?
Don't
but
forget the yarn gauges.
yarn gauges and stitch holders, and all her notions.
But she's got plenty of DPNs.
Ooh, all the DPNs, and she hates to knit socks on them, but it's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
So she'll
We all
manage.
have our things.
Tape measures, yeah, plenty of tape measures.
Tape measures.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Kara. We missed you.
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, BS. I hope she doesn't lose the black bag either.
Right. The black bag is the thing. Yes.
What's
Or
the
the
black bag?
notebook where she put all the ones that she was going to carry in her main notions pouch.
Oh,
Tara made notes, didn't she?
Tara. So Tara is the keeper of the black bag. So
Oh, I'm going to stay-at-home mom of 10. 5 still at home. I knit crochet. Welcome.
Nice.
Fortunately, we're ending right now, but you can go back and watch the rest if you haven't seen it. And we'll be back again on Monday.
next week.
The knitting, the sweater challenge, Christmas sweater challenge is supposed to end tomorrow, but I've had comments from a few people, so we're going to
Mhm.
extend it till the end of the month. So
so we're
those of
gonna,
you who are almost done or working hard, just keep posting your pictures and we'll continue until the end of the month.
and then we're going to start the Let Them Live baby.
For
You
the
know, I
babies.
said hats, but now I want to do hats, sweaters, pants, whatever you want to do for the baby socks. Baby socks are cool.
just do like a smock to like put them in.
Yeah, baby
Snuffy stuff.
stuff, baby stuff,
There used to be a blog
baby
called that.
stuff, bibs, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want
For
to
the
do.
babies.
Make them for the babies. And we will not, I don't think I want to do we're doing it from 30 days from next week. No, just, you know what? Just do them. And there might be random prizes throughout the year.
Oh, I love free shit.
Maybe.
Aw, thanks, BS. We love hanging out with you guys.
We like hanging out with you. So there might be random prizes. I might pick people. Maybe you get a pattern, free pattern, show. Oh, I got to do a hashtag. Okay. Well, when we get to the end of the month, after the sweater challenge is done, I'll pick a hashtag. It's not going to be 27 characters long. It'll be like 10. And then,
Sorry.
yeah.
Not that hashtags work that great anymore.
No, but whatever.
You can always send the pictures to knitnightpodcast@gmail because I get
And
the
Liz
pictures there.
will notify, and then we'll pick. And it'll be
Yeah.
random throughout the year, whatever.
And
'Cause I know
keep up with.
Tabitha's doing a knit along something for.
Oh crap! I've been forgetting to watch Murder She Wrote and post pictures. My bad. I'll have to do that.
I know.
Hello, Liz Can Knit. We're leaving, but we'll see you later. And don't forget, this is the last month of Knit Long and Prosper as well.
Yes.
For
Yes,
Anne.
it's the-
There's still one winner out there. So
It's blue.
finish your bingo. Color of the month is blue for January. Science division or medical, depending on which way you swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, and watch Star Trek. Though you don't have to watch Star Trek and post pictures. Just watch
You
Star
don't
Trek.
actually have
Because
to watch
Anne wants
Star
you to watch Star Trek, though.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? There's so much Star Trek, and some of it is even good. Like, go watch some.
Some of it's good, so watch it all.
Some of it's weird, like that one episode where Riker got like on the Andromeda planet. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yes, every series has that weird episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's a
there's
good
those moments.
And go follow our friend Carol Brown because she's
That's right.
amazing and she works for an amazing employer.
I have to warn you guys, my channel's absolutely dead. There's nothing going on. But I am
And
starting a podcast called Just Eat Bacon.
So just eat bacon.
Just eat bacon.
You know what?
Eat all
I think
bacon.
as long as
all
you
the
have a really good merch game, I don't think anything else matters.
Man, I just started making these shirts. Okay, like it's like before we even went live, I was like talking to a guy. I was like, I really think you should make this shirt.
You know, it's kind of like, those children book brands where it doesn't matter if you read Peter Rabbit anymore. You have a onesie, you have a little bowl, you have a stuffed toy.
Yep.
Yeah,
See, you
yeah.
don't even need that for a
Yeah, it's
podcast.
all yeah.
You can make little canvas bags that people can use as knitting project bags. I'm just saying, because knitters eat bacon too.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, you should totally do that. But you can get a Knit Long and Prosper lunchbox, okay?
Yes, you
We have a
can.
merch store.
want a
You can get
lunchbox.
that. Or a
On
shirt,
their
or a hoodie.
and Anne and
or a
DK's merch store that they've upped. So
That's
very
right. You
cool.
have a merch
You
store.
tell us the website. What's the name of the website?
It's
Printify.
Printify. Yeah. Politically Incorrect Knitters is the name of the shop. I think that you can generally search it on
Okay.
there.
But they
Yeah,
have all the stuffs.
Go
Otherwise,
get
it's-
all the stuff.
Otherwise, link would be on Instagram or on my website or like on our video show notes. We have
Go watch Knitting Wars tomorrow, and they'll have it on there.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right?
Oh, she watched a video of the other day of top weird Star Trek episodes. Fun
Oh.
stuff. Well,
They're definitely.
how do you differentiate between weird and not weird? Because there's a weird in every Star Trek episode.
Most of them are
To
weird.
be fair,
Whatever.
to be
It
fair.
depends on who like wrote it and then who directed it. Because like like you can always tell like in Next Generation when like Patrick Stewart was directing it because it would be like something Shakespearean related because obviously he started in like theater, right? And he was like, we're going to do something classy, and then like there's like Brett and was it? You have Data and the Worf. Their actors are like fucking off in the background. Like they had one episode that they were doing that Patrick was directing, and there was one scene where all they had to do was walk into this room, go to the bar, and say, "Have you seen this person?" Right now, it's really obvious. This person's right there. It's really like you have to be really retarded to not see this person, right? And they knew that because the actors are smart, and so they ended up making a joke about it for 10 fucking hours.
What?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But what they would do is the joke is that they would come in and they would do it in like various accents. So like sometimes they come in as like Welshman or something like that.
Well, that's
and-
cool.
Yeah, but Patrick was like in the corner being like, "Could you just fucking do the same?" They're like, "No, let's go ahead and do German this time." Yeah, you seen this?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Some Star Trek trivia. The original Star Trek series was financed by Lucille Ball and her Desilu Productions.
Really?
Oh.
Ooh.
Yep, on NBC, she financed it.
That's
And
good for
did you-
trivia night. Yeah.
and did you know that George Harrison took a mortgage out on his house to fund the first Monty Python movie?
I did not.
What?
Yeah. Yes, because
George
he
Harrison
was.
from the Beatles?
Yep, he was such a fan, and
Really?
so he took a mortgage out on his house to fund the first movie.
I'm going to file that away for trivia night at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, so thought that was pretty funny. All the Beatles were big fans of
Oh, yeah.
Monty Python,
Why wouldn't
and
you
I guess
be?
the Rolling Stones were too. And
Well, of course.
so they funded some of theirs as well.
Good. Good
So
for
yeah,
them.
so there. So and with a little bit of trivia.
Nice.
So thanks
We are
everybody for coming.
Informational podcast.
We are, and we didn't get into really the topics that Neil
we
always
are.
gets blamed with. So there.
I
It
don't know.
must be Neil.
We did get kind of saucy with that.
There wasn't a
with
lot
that
of
corpse
smut.
part.
There's no smut.
No, we talked
Yeah.
about dead people and bra. It's like I think that qualifies.
Yeah, but that was just
Yeah, but that's not smut.
no. That's
Okay.
not. Yeah,
Okay.
and so we missed you,
Sorry.
Neil.
Sorry.
Hopefully you'll be on next week. Go watch Knitting Wars tomorrow, everybody,
Watching
Yeah.
anyone.
Bye. and watch Tabitha because she'll probably have a new episode out soon. And Shauna Stitches and Mama Nevin and all our other friends who podcast, whose names I can't remember off the top of my head because there's so many of them.
Holly's Mystery Mouse just came out. With
That's
one.
right. Holly has a new one. Lynn did one not too long ago. Kagi has a new one. So yeah.
What's her name? What's she called? Shit. I can't remember. Okay, I'll think of it. I'll put it.
Okay. All right.
I can't remember anything. It's
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Just eat bacon, guys. Just eat bacon.
Just eat bacon.
Bacon.